Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is the Tuesday show. My name's Ultra David.
And I'm James Chan. How's everybody going?
I'm doing just fantastically. Well, we're going to talk about some interesting things today.
That's right.
We're going to talk about the Electronic Sports League. I don't know if that's what the E stands for. I just assume. We're going to talk about the Injustice patch, notes of which are out, and it's playable on the Xbox. We're going to talk about the Latin CPT results. We're going to talk about the Tekken World Tour Championships, which are this coming weekend, and other stuff.
That's correct.
Etc.
Lots of stuff.
As they say.
Big news, of course, is the E-League stuff. We now know who is going to be in the E-League championships that are coming up this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Correct. So last week, of course, we talked about the crazy upsets of Sonic Fox not making it out of the bracket. And you remember 2 weeks ago, I was like, what if Sonic Fox loses? Does that open the door for guys like Samij? And so, I was all excited for Samij to, come and dominate this week, too.
Yeah? How'd that go, James?
Let's go over the results, shall we?
Didn't go well. Yeah, this past E-League for the old Injustice 2. So this pool was... They were both very stacked, but I thought this one had the toughest first-round matchup, which was Samij versus Foxy Grandpa. There was also Tekken Master versus Killer Zinok, Hayate versus Emperor Nyx, and Theo versus Happy Pow. Samij beat Foxy Grandpa 3-1.
Right. When I saw that, I was like, yeah.
Started off okay for him, huh?
Let's go. Yeah, I was all excited about that.
And then you think, oh, wow, Foxy Grandpa's already in losers. Well, rip for him. Didn't work out like that.
Nope.
So, Tekken Master beat Killer Zinok, Hayate beat Emperor Nyx, Theo beat Happy Pow. Those are kind of all the same before that people expected to happen. But then Tekken Master beat Samij, and Hayate beat Theo. Some people called those, but not many, I'll tell you, not many. And then, of course, in the end, Tekken Master beat Hayate to qualify in the winner's side. Then, basically, Foxy Grandpa turned it on.
Dunked everybody.
And he dunked everybody in loser's side, and he lost first round and ended up qualifying through the losers all the way through. He beat Theo, then Samij, then Hayate. Come on. Congrats.
That's a pretty legit sequence of players to beat.
Congrats.
Yeah.
So, as a result, Tekken Master and Foxy Grandpa are the two who qualify from this pool.
And
Samij, Theo... those were, a lot of people thought that they were going to qualify.
Right.
A lot of people thought Hayate would. Those three people we're talking about. Not as many people were talking about Tekken Master, not as many people were talking about Foxy Grandpa.
And what's crazy about that is that Foxy Grandpa and Forever King were last chance qualifiers.
That's true.
So it's the last chance qualifiers who made it. So there you go. Obviously, last chance qualifier makes a difference.
Right, yeah. Without that, neither of those guys would have been here, which would have sucked because, man, they had a lot of hype things happen.
Yeah.
For Tekken Master, I mean, that's awesome. This is a guy who made second at EVO a couple of years ago and definitely still also has lots of other good finishes, but he played so well.
Did he? Okay.
Yes, he played super well. And he did a lot of work with his Atrocitus, which he will tell you is not a real character. But clearly it's good.
But Foxy Grandpa made it all the way through the last chance qualifiers using mostly Batman, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. He played
so
mostly
both
Batman.
of the last chance qualifiers made it out on loser side with Batman.
Tekken Master also played Batman.
He did play Batman.
Not all Batman,
right.
But he did play Batman. So in the finals, this coming weekend is the finals of it, right? It's only the top four. So the top four is Dragon, Foxy Grandpa, Tekken Master, and Forever King. And by the way, the brackets are reset.
Oh,
so
there's no losses there.
There's no losses right now. Instead, the first place from Group A plays second place from Group B.
Okay,
right?
okay, I see that.
So
we got Dragon versus Foxy Grandpa, Tekken Master versus Forever King.
Right.
Man, Batman, so good. If only there was a patch coming up that might nerf him.
We'll see. But yeah, it's so funny to me because literally the day before E-League, the first one, we were all having dinner, and Fox and Forever King is sitting just to my right, and he is just going on about how Batman is not... He's good. He's 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th best, He loses really badly to Red Hood. He probably loses to Captain Cold. And then the very next day, of course, he beat Sonic Fox in both of those matchups. Right. The best in the world with both those characters. And 3 Batman players, 1 Batman main, One now seems like mostly Batman main in Foxy Grandpa, and then one guy who picks Batman for counter picks in Tekken Master. That's the top 4.
So I mean, like, is that kind of bad though? Like, we're gonna see that much Batman in the top? Or do you think it's kind of be good because people on TBS want to see Batman?
Well, there is that for sure.
Right?
But my expectation is that... So, Tekken Master versus Forever King. For sure, Tekken Master's not going to go Batman.
Right.
He's going to pick a character that he thinks counters Batman, because that's him.
Okay.
He never plays the matchup straight up.
Right.
Then Dragon versus Foxy Grandpa. I wouldn't expect... Well, maybe Batman.
Okay.
But Dragon's definitely not Batman.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to pick... This is going to happen. He's going to pick Aquaman. And he's going to be super boring. And he's just going to walk backwards and he's going to do some of these. From the deep. He's just going to walk back and he's going to do some... and that's basically going to be the match. And Foxy Grandpa might switch to Deadshot to deal with Aquaman, but we'll see. We'll see.
Aquaman and Batman. See, now they just should have tried to make sure that the Flash and the Wonder Woman would have been there, maybe a Cyborg, and that would have been perfect for Justice League coming up in theaters later this month.
I know, right? So Dragon's definitely the favorite coming into this Friday, but
he doesn't use Batman. So.
He does not, so he cannot succeed. Of course, all the favorites are
prep time. Batman, come on!
I know. Basically, all the favorites are gone. All right, he's the only favorite left.
Right.
So it's weird, but like this tournament has it out for the favorites.
Yeah, I mean, because it was supposed to be Dragon, Sonic Fox, Samij, and Theo. Probably the prediction.
Like Theo or Hayate, people were saying.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But none of that stuff worked out, with the exception of Dragon. Sonic Fox almost went 0-2.
Yeah, I know.
Right. I mean, it's crazy.
Too much Marvel. Man.
Like my brain wants to say Dragon is going to win this thing. All right, I feel like that's the safe bet. But then my heart's like, nah, man, no way. Like my gut pick thinks that he's going to lose. That Foxy Grandpa is going to come in and have some tech, and he's going to take it.
I mean, has Foxy Grandpa been known to use Batman in the past?
Here's the thing: his Batman is basically 2 months old.
Okay.
All right. Like he has gone on record saying he thinks Batman is what the Injustice folks call a potato. That is to say, you don't have to think about it. Right? You're just an idiot. You can just do dumb stuff.
Jump to and throw out some bats.
Yeah, you can do whatever dumb stuff. You don't have to like plan ahead. He doesn't take a long time to learn. You just jump in and you're like, all right, I'm there. And people were saying like, no, man, he's hard to use. No, you're not going to get good at him for a while. And then he beat all those good players in ELEAGUE with his 2 months old Batman. So whatever. But
I don't understand it. Just like every time I play against Batman on Injustice, I just don't see how he isn't the character with the best set of tools.
I hear you.
Right,
I can't disagree.
I think like if it was one of those situations where if Sonic Fox played Batman, it would be the dumbest thing ever.
Very possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, if Sonic Fox played Batman, I just feel like the game would just be over. And
very possible.
Nothing, it's like if Kuroda played Chun-Li, right? It's just like okay.
Kuroda's Ken was ridiculous. He blew everybody up.
Right.
He didn't want to play Yun or Ken because it was too free.
Yep. So I mean, the tournament that he played Akuma, he killed everybody. Right. So yeah.
Yeah. So,
oh man.
Anyway, that's the top 4: Dragon, Foxy Grandpa, Tekken Master, Forever King. I guess I have to pick Dragon. I'm not going to do it. No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Spur of the moment.
Okay.
Spur of the moment. I'm not going to pick Dragon because I've been wrong so many times. Each of the weeks so far, I've picked the safe bets, and I've been wrong categorically. And I'm not going to make that mistake third time.
Are you going to try to throw some of that caster's curse on them?
Oh, jeez. Oops, I cast a curse to you, Canada. Sorry. Man, all right. Hey, that Overwatch League looks like it actually might be pretty good. But
okay.
But man, some of those commentators need a little bit of work over there. No, you know what? I like Tekken Master.
Yeah.
Tekken Master is my pick.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he was second place at EVO.
Second at EVO.
He's a player that you don't get to see as much because he doesn't get to travel as much as a lot of the other guys, right?
Indeed. Well, he's from Bahrain. I mean, when I asked him this past Friday, hey, man, how's the travel over here? He literally just shook his head. He just... and I asked him again an hour later. I was like, so what was so bad about the flight? Because you didn't even want to talk about it. And he was just like, it took like 30 hours.
Right.
Just for the whole... rigmarole,
Well,
the whole process.
If you can win $100,000, it might be a worth it 30-hour trip here.
But
so.
it is very interesting that Tekken Master from Bahrain and Foxy Grandpa from the UK.
Oh yeah,
that's half of the top 4.
That's
like,
great.
It's something that like NRS is mostly a US game. Canada is good. There's a couple of players outside of North America.
Right.
But it's at least traditionally mostly a US game. So I'm really happy that half of the top 4 is not from the US.
Right.
And that the 2 from the US are quite different people and they have very different histories.
Right.
One of them has been playing NRS games the whole time and he's been a top player the whole time. And Dragon is 10 years old and, you know.
Right.
I think that's really cool. I'm
very
happy with that.
Right. So wait, the grand prize is like $100,000.
$150,000.
$150,000. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a life changer for a lot of these guys here.
For anybody.
I mean, like, yeah, dude.
For anybody.
Tekken Master, can you imagine that? Flying 30 hours and getting $150,000 like that? That makes that trip worth it.
I would say it does.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm looking up the overall amount of money. Well, maybe it's not on here. But everybody gets paid, which is good. Even the last place finishers. They get $500 last place, but like second place is I think 30,000, something like that. Like the top 4 make a ton of money.
Wait, it goes from 150,000 to like 30,000?
Maybe it's 50,000.
Yeah, I mean that's a drop off.
No, you're right.
That's a depressing drop off right there. So, man.
But it's something like that. There's like a lot of money involved.
Okay, that's good though. Glad to see it.
And yes, for once, Sonic Fox is not going to get rich off everybody else.
You know what? He's just going to have to make do with the $500,000 he's already won. So I don't know how he's going to live. I don't know how he's going to survive on that, but
he'll be okay.
Oh, someone did say it is 150 to 30 to 20 to 10.
There you go. Yeah, that sounded right to me.
Okay, so that is
so everybody flying in for this Friday is making at least 10 G's.
Right.
Like if Tekken Master goes 0-2 on Friday, he still makes $10,000.
That's pretty good.
So it's still worth the trip, I would say.
Okay. Cool.
But it does kind of suck. I kind of wondered if he would just like stay in Atlanta, because it's just
hang out there for a little bit
for a week. I mean, because like
did he fly home?
That's what I don't know. I don't know if he flew home.
Oh, I hope
not. Him flying home, if he leaves Saturday, he gets there Monday. And then like flying back is like he leaves on Wednesday.
I really hope he stays.
I don't know.
I hope he stays.
We'll find out.
That would be a shitty week
yeah, for sure.
if he didn't.
Even for a Foxy Grandpa, it's still quite a schlep. So,
right. Yeah.
From the UK. Well, yeah. Anyway, that's the
E-League. The two of them should have hung out during the week, right? Just like both stay in Atlanta and just go and hang out and hang out in Atlanta, right?
For sure.
Oh man.
All right. Well, anyway, that's E-League. Check it out this Friday night. It's going to be on Old People Vision on TBS at 10 p.m. Eastern Time.
Right. And just so people know, I mean, you see right here, we have Tekken World Championships coming up.
Yeah.
That's on Sunday.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat is going to be on Friday.
It sure will
be. So they're not going to conflict. Injustice. They're
not
going to conflict. They won't conflict, and that's the important thing.
You can watch. Yeah, you can watch both.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I definitely want to see if I can manage. I don't know if I'll get a chance to watch the Injustice one, but we'll see what happens. So
yeah, man.
We'll see what happens.
Anyway, it's going to be on the television, but whatever. Nobody cares. It'll be on twitch.tv/ELeagueTV.
I definitely won't watch the Mortal Kombat one.
No, you won't.
But maybe the Injustice one, I'll get there.
You won't.
I'll get there, yeah. So.
By the way, while we're on this, I was talking with the E-League folks about TV, right? And they said that people think that their idea is to get us to watch television, but like that's not the goal because they think they understand television's going to die,
right?
And so instead, it's the opposite. They want to get into digital stuff.
Right, they're trying to get the television people to understand that there's this other way to watch it.
Yes. And when television is dead, they want to already have like an established, like, all right, here's our digital side. Everything's all right. It's definitely not like convincing us to watch television. It's completely the opposite.
Yeah. It's just trying to convince the oldie boys to go. But I've heard that the TBS numbers were really good for this Injustice.
Actually, they were, yeah. I think the numbers were 230,000 people watched the first one, which was like on the top half of esports programs for the year, something like that. Yeah, it did really well.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
Anyway, that's not the only Inj news. There's
that's
also a patch.
So as I mentioned, Batman. I haven't had a chance to look at the patch notes. So I don't know what's happened yet. I'm scared for my Catwoman.
Oh, she got busted.
Oh.
She's...
Okay. But the one thing that I did read, I read a summary from somebody that said it looked like the top characters got minorly nerfed and the bad characters got buffed pretty hard. Well, not pretty hard, but significantly enough. So it sounded like they're doing a really good job with the patches.
I think so, too. I think it's really nicely done.
Okay.
So, in general, a lot of the unblockable interactables are now blockable.
Oh, really?
It's like not every single one, but like a lot of them are.
Right, okay.
Some of them are overheads instead, things like that. So.
Okay.
Like if somebody goes like this with something, it's an overhead.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
They were just like,
so they made some good changes to interactables.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Because I know in Injustice 1, most of the interactables were unblockable, but like I guess they just they just slowly moved away from that. So
it's probably for the best. Yeah. A few characters got nerfed, right? Important ones are Batman.
Go ahead. Continue,
a little bit nerfed. Red Hood, a little bit nerfed. Batman basically builds less meter for zoning with batarangs, and his little character power, little mechanical bats, come back a few seconds slower.
Okay.
Those are two. The biggest one is probably that jump 2, the super oppressive jump medium kick that crosses up from the front, and it's one of the crazier buttons ever in any game. Is a little bit worse. So now if they do the classic Batman Vortex setup of put the grapple hook out, meter burn it, then walk backwards a little bit and jump at you, jump 2, you can actually walk under that now.
So what I had seen from the videos is they fixed exactly what I said was the most oppressive thing about it, is that Batman can literally walk up to you, jump, and the 2 still hits.
Yes.
He's the only character who can be point blank, jump, and the cross up hits because his jump doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
He has like the most narrow jump, which in that game is actually fantastic.
Yeah.
Like in a lot of other games that sounds like, oh, that's terrible, but for that game it's perfect. And so he can be threatening right here with the bats and then jump at you and still cross you up, which no other character can do. And from the clips that I saw, he can't do that anymore.
Indeed.
And that changes everything, in my opinion.
That's big.
But
that said, Batman players that I've read aren't that worried. They still think he's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, he's going to be great still.
Still really good.
I think he's going to be great, but that was the one thing that drove me nuts.
I totally hear you. So, Deadshot builds less meter too, and his high shot, the very oppressive fast one, is a little bit slower on recovery, a little bit slower on startup.
Didn't they change the way the meter gain worked or something like that? Like you get more meter if you're taking damage now or something like that?
For some of those characters, that is the case.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But I asked, and some of the changes, like to Batman and Deadshot, are not... They're not like changing the damage of it, which is traditionally in NRS games, meter build is related to damage dealt.
Right.
It's like the percentage of it. But it's not the case now.
Okay. They just put in the exceptions in there, like kind of like how Street Fighter 4 did that before. Like they're like, meter gains on this one's lower.
So
like, okay.
So Batman, Deadshot, Red Hood are all a little bit worse in that respect. Catwoman nerfs.
Okay. What did they do to Catwoman?
Her walk speed is now top 5.
So they made her walk a tiny bit slower.
Yeah. Like rather than her being definitely the best at walk speed, she was a speed demon.
Yeah.
They now said she's like top 5 in walk speed. So that's it.
That's it. That's the only change they gave.
I think that's actually the only change. Let me see. Low evade is now much easier to execute with input shortcuts off.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Fixed the bug.
Because that shit was impossible, by the way. It's the dumbest input ever.
What is it? I don't remember what it is.
It's quarter circle back, hit 2, and then hit up really fast after hitting 2. You can't hit up and 2. You actually have to do quarter circle back 2 and then hit up within a certain amount of time to make her cancel the meow into this meow, and it's.
I don't even know what that looks like, to be honest.
Yeah, because no one will use it on purpose, dude. Trust me.
And then Captain Cold's, the puddle he puts out that stays on the ground lasts a little bit less time.
Okay.
And the big freeze bubble lasts a little bit less time.
But I thought they said he was buffed. I saw someone say that he was kind of buffed.
It's not listed here, but what I've also heard was that his charge time on the trait is faster.
Oh.
That he charges it up faster. If that is true, that is definitely a buff.
Right.
But I haven't seen like concrete evidence.
Right.
If anybody has it,
because Captain Cold is not top 5, top.
No, for sure not.
Anyway, it's just Sonic Fox makes him look good, especially against certain matchups.
I think that's it. They wanted to soften it out.
Yeah, so I feel like if they nerf that kind of stuff, I think it's fair to buff him a little bit. Like, I don't think he's an oppressive character, because like it just looks bad because he keeps using him against Samij and Catwoman. That's just a bad matchup for Catwoman. Yeah. But other characters can teleport and shit like that. Right? It doesn't even matter to them, right?
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. So I think those are the only nerfs that I can think of. Yeah, let me go through this right now. Yeah, that's it, man. Those are the only nerfs.
Dang.
Yeah.
Not even Aquaman got nerfed. Not even. That's good.
That's it, man.
That's great.
I'm with you. Yeah, no, it's super cool. That's it.
Dude, I'm like super excited now. I need to. Okay, when the new patch comes out, I gotta sit down and do like a week of Injustice again. I need to get back into this. I haven't played it in a long time.
So a lot of people are talking about the buffs. Firestorm is a big one.
Yeah, because he's kind of booty butt cheeks.
I thought he was garbage, but a lot of people think that he's very good already.
Okay.
So some people that I've talked with, some Firestorm players, think he might be too good now.
Really?
That's what because they already think he's good.
Okay.
I thought he was a garbage fire.
Okay.
So now I think he's all right. I think he's pretty good. He has a farther range back three. He's got like larger mid. His jump jab is a better air to air as an anti-air because his anti-air game kind of sucks. So he has a way to actually deal with people jumping at him. His charge on the trait is way faster. And he has a move to charge it up, like kind of escalating.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's it. Like he just has more access to the trait.
So they gave him a new move to charge up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he will have trait more often.
Huh.
And he has better anti-air. And
trait is what allows him to.
So when he has trait, his moves do more damage. His overhead becomes like a ground bounce. Is like normal overhead.
It's just
he has better frame advantage.
It's just a general buff.
He's just a better character.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
And he'll actually be able to use that.
Very boring-ish kind of trait, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty basic.
Yeah, it's very I don't want to call it boring. Yeah, basic, straightforward trait. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's not like wild stuff, but it is. Right. He has a slightly better mid-range game. He has more access to trait.
But I mean, like that's also the same kind of buff Laura gets in her V-Trigger.
I hear that.
And God, holy crap. Okay.
Blue Beetle got some. He does more damage. Some of his buttons are made like a little bit more effective. Doesn't sound like anything too wild for him. Then Cyborg got a new move. He has a new low attack. Ooh. His wake up was garbage. It was only it was a grab that you could duck. So if you're just ducking, he doesn't have anything to hit you on wake up. Now he has a low that you have to respect, and it's safe.
Okay.
So he actually gets to wake up. He has a way bigger, farther hitting mid move.
Okay.
So he just gets to take up space better. Basically, like better on wake up, better mid range.
Okay.
So those are nice buffs for him.
I mean, I want to talk about the Joker.
Yeah, let's talk about the Joker.
Yeah, because he's the one that I've seen people talk about the most.
The Joker.
Joker was not. Was he the worst? Or?
Some people thought he was the worst.
Okay,
for sure.
So some people did think he was the worst.
Some people did.
Okay.
Yeah, which is not unreasonable. So he now has an overhead starter, which he did not. It was only low starter.
Okay.
Now he has an overhead that is cancelable, and basically whenever he gets close to you, it's a true 50-50.
So he's more on par with a lot of other characters, basically.
Not even that many characters have legit overhead lows. There's only half a dozen-ish, but his are for sure now there.
Dang, that's crazy then, because that automatically just like makes him that much better.
It definitely does.
Like, I know Flash was one of those characters, and boy, I hated fighting Flash.
Yeah, man.
You block a jump attack, and you're like, well.
Yeah, for sure. So that's part of it. He also has a wake up attack now, which he just didn't have before.
He didn't have a wake up before?
I mean, it was just terrible.
Just beatable kind of thing, right? Okay.
Now he has a better one, but it's also something that you can just use in strings, and it's safe. And he has his gunshot leaves him at more advantage, and it hits better. I think that's it. Better hit regions on some normal attacks.
Yeah, but it just feels like the high-low game there.
Yeah, but, that's definitely the biggest one.
But, I mean, how easy is it for Joker to get in the first place? Yeah, that's the thing, right?
That is the thing. So, that is the thing. But with a better gunshot and with the mid move and the not horrible wake-up attack, the fact that he can get in, but there were other problems. You know what I mean? Now they basically have solved those problems. It's not like easier for him to get in,
right?
But when he does get in, he's definitely better, and he's better in everywhere else too.
Right. Okay, cool. Sounds
Definitely
good.
a buff character.
Mean, if he had trouble getting in, they should have gave him a dive kick and an EX lunge punch. That was plus
Sick.
1 on block. I don't know, like, it could have helped.
It definitely could have helped. Let's see, Swamp Thing. My man, the Swamp Thing.
Right, because he was supposedly not very good as well, right?
A lot of people thought he was bad. I thought he was alright already, but nobody thought he was great. So his buff is that when he has the trait out, which is the little garden he puts out, he's walking around in it, he now gets armor on his big stand 3, the big old tree that comes out, and also his big anti-air special, the tree that comes out of here. So that which is plus on block when you meter burn it. So his footsies are better, his anti-airs are better immediately. He also has back forward 3, which is like the running thing. He goes like he slaps you. Right? You can now hold that, and it will go much farther.
He runs further now, right?
Yeah, because it goes under projectiles. So you're going under projectiles, and you just from very far away you can do this. So basically, they're not like gigantic buffs, but they give him even better footsies. They give him actual anti-airs, and they give him a way to get under fireballs.
You know, it's really interesting because the buffs, they seem so reasonable.
I know they're reasonable.
Dude, like, because the thing about it is, to people who don't know fighting games well enough, they're the ones who are always like, who read the Guile buffs between vanilla and super, and we're like, that's not enough, and then Guile turned out to be amazing, right? You know, like, but like to people who have been playing fighting games, like these are the kind of things that you're hoping to see, like little things like this, and like little changes like that. I think that's. Someone asked, Paul B asked, what did they do to Robin?
Nothing.
Nothing?
He's not even listed on the patch notes.
Dang, they didn't change Robin at all? You can blame Hayate for that.
You definitely can blame Hayate for that. And then Poison Ivy has a new wake-up attack, but it's unsafe.
Okay.
That's basically it. Like, there are some other changes. Scarecrow's teleport is a little bit faster, but his damage over time thing takes a little longer to actually hit.
Was he the one that you said you feel like is top 5 now? Probably. Okay.
Yeah. Because, so those character buffs are part of it.
So say again, so Scarecrow, what happened to him again?
So his damage over time trait is slower.
Okay.
But it does more damage, so...
Oh, okay.
Overall, it's maybe better, I don't know, whatever.
Right.
And then his teleport's a little bit faster.
Okay.
But that's it. And then other than that, there's just like some little patch fix or a bug fix.
Right,
very
standard
reasonable.
House cleaning kind of stuff.
Yeah. Minor stuff.
Huh.
So...
I mean... Compared to like MK10,
it's not even the same.
Injustice 1, like
they're super smart now.
Wow!
At some point, they figured it out, and I'm very happy.
I mean, it must have been just like all the developers just going up to Ed Boon being like, "Don't please let us do this the way that."
I don't know whatever the process is. It ended up really nice
because they're not even releasing the patch on the PS4 specifically because they're waiting for this ELEAGUE to finish, right? True. Like, that's how nice they are.
Right.
Because they know ELEAGUE's playing it on that console. So they're like, here, Xbox, you can take it now. We're going to hold off until ELEAGUE finishes so you don't have to worry about accidentally updating your console and going, oh no, what do I do?
It's so smart. Yeah. They're so smart with it. So the most consequential things are probably the nerfs. Right, even though they're pretty minor, but like Deadshot being nerfed opens up a ton of different characters who he countered really directly.
Right.
Now people are talking about Dr. Fate being good because that was his terrible matchup. People are talking about Green Arrow being good because that was his terrible matchup.
Gotcha.
Scarecrow because that was his terrible matchup, and Batman was his terrible matchup. Basically, like the nerfs were to the few characters that beat most of the cast.
Right.
And now with them not like out of the way, they're still going to be around.
Yeah.
But like more reasonable. A lot of characters are opened up a lot more. So yeah, like there's no Robin change, but like now he doesn't have to deal with Batman as much. You know what I mean? Like
it's funny to me
really
because
smart.
like I'm one of the worst people at using walk speed to my advantage. So like that's why I've never been able to really take advantage of like Catwoman as well as I feel like other people because I'm scared to walk forward. That's like my weakest area of footsies is the forward walking part, right? Because I'm always trying to block because I'm a very safey kind of player, right? So that's not even a nerf for me. I'm just going to be able to play her exactly the same, dude. She's going to be the exact same character to me. So that's cool.
That's it. Again, it's very light. They really kept their hands off. In fact, some players are, they wanted more. Like some people wanted Robin's character, some people wanted buffs for Green Lantern. Some people think is not very good. Some people think he's very good. So it's another one of these. What do you do? GRAPHT, some people thought wasn't very good. Same with Sub-Zero.
I thought Robin was annoying, dude. Like, that character bugs me. But
whatever you got to say about that character, Hayate is one of the best in the world, and even if he's like the sole genius for whatever, it's possible apparently.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, yeah, that's it. It's coming out on PS4 next week, and it's already out on Xbox, and it's like if you haven't played it in a while, you can jump back in, and like most characters are unchanged, but even the characters that are changed are not wildly so.
Right.
That's it.
Good. This sounds fantastic.
There's also a PC beta out.
Which
is free to try.
I have that listed here, I think. But it officially launches 7 days from now on the 14th. So Injustice 2 is coming on the PC, so which means...
I tried the beta. It's great.
Right, and you have no reason to have a PS4 anymore then, right?
Can't wait, James.
There you go.
All right, that's it. Anyway, enough about the old Inj here.
Yeah, unless there's... Oops, I even forgot to change the topic. My bad.
It's all good. Which is
there we go. Yeah, there we go. So we're talking about both those the whole time.
Excellent. Well, you want to take a break and talk about CPT results,
and then
Tekken World Tour Championships?
Yep, and then some fighting game news-ish stuff. So.
Let's do it.
All right, be right back, guys. And I should always say that after I click the break button because it...
What up? Welcome back to the Tuesday show. Let's talk now about tournament results in other games. We will talk first about the Latin America CPT results, which were this past weekend in Brazil.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about Street Fighter and Marvel. What happened? What's
going on? So let's do this. Capcom Pro Tour Latin America Regional Finals. Do you want to do Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite first? That's what they have listed
Got
here. Okay. Oh, I see. They had a separate article for the Battle for the Stones and for the Street Fighter. Okay, so the Battle for the Stones here.
Dang.
Is 7th place was Alexandro da Silva Araujo with Dante, Ghost Rider, and Reality Gem. As well as Boss Alamau with no
team at all.
No team at all listed there. 5th place was Andre Novaes. With you know what? This is from Brazil, right?
Yeah.
This was in Brazil, so some of this is Portuguese.
For sure.
That's why I'm like, I don't remember having these kind of... Okay. Dante Dormammu with Soul. Sorry. Yubi Shin with Monster Hunter and Dormammu with Soul, as well as Dormammu Ultron with Soul. 4th place was Acido with Ultron Dormammu Reality.
Boring.
3rd place was F2G Moise with Ghost Rider Nova and Reality. 2nd place, Bryan Casugano with
nice.
Gamora and Thanos Reality. However, 1st place went to Umbrella Linj with Ultron, Dante, and Space.
All right.
And so he then wins the... is this was it the Reality Stone? I thought this one was the Mind Stone. It was...
All right.
Let me see. Yeah, it is the Reality Stone. Okay, and the Reality Stone one sounds kind of silly.
What's the Reality Stone one?
The Reality Stone lets you rebind 3 of their buttons.
I thought that was Mind.
Mind is the one that makes it so you pick their team.
Yeah, alright.
And so this is basically a free game, right? Well, the thing is, you rebind 3 of their buttons, and so then the guy's going to have to survive on the other 3 buttons, basically, right? So if you bind Tag, Reality, and maybe like Crouch Heavy Punch and like screw around with those 3, I don't know. This one seems kind of weird. Like, this one seems the most gimmicky out of them all to me.
That's mega gimmicky.
Yeah, this one feels this mega gimmicky here, but it says, I guess what it is, just to make sure, you get to swap 3 of their buttons. I mean, there's a typo here. It says swamp 3 of their buttons, so I don't know if that means that you're playing Injustice and that's like Injustice moves, but you can swap 3 of their buttons.
That's wild, man. I mean, all of them are wild to some degree, but that is particularly...
Yeah, because that one actually changes, like, what's happening in-game more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And, like, you can't plan for it. You can plan for the one that's like, all right, who's my team? I have a basic understanding of every character.
Right.
All right, I'm going to give it a go. You know, all
right,
right, fine.
Yeah.
Real Hulk, whatever. But you can't even predict how somebody's going to swap your buttons. So you can't. There's no game plan.
Right. Exactly.
I feel like this is the freest win.
I almost kind of feel like that there needs to be a rule for all these gems that they have to be used at the beginning of a match. That you can't use them at the end. Like, you have to use them before the match starts. So the first game is you get the free hit on the Power Stone.
I see.
Because what if you get 2-2, and then you're like you're trying not to use the gem, you go up 2-1. Guy comes back, catches up 2-2, and then you're like, all right, gem.
Dude, for sure.
Right? And
for
it's
sure.
kind of screwy. So
for sure.
I feel like it's best just to do it at the beginning.
I am definitely... That makes a lot of sense to me.
I think that would be a cool way to it would calm a lot of it down.
Yeah, because if that situation comes up, and... Say like somebody doesn't have a stone. They're an Evo champion. They're coming in.
Oh shoot! Here, give me the Dan and the trophy.
The Dan.
Yeah, Dan and the trophy. Dan lost. Oh no, that's Fuzz. Okay, it's lit.
If you're an Evo champ and you're coming in and you don't have a stone, and you go down 2-2 against somebody who has this stone,
you're done.
You know that you lost, which means that you cannot go down. You can't lose 2 games to somebody like that.
Exactly.
You can't, like, it's not a 1st to 3, it's a 1st to 2.
Right.
Which is,
it's kind of screwy.
Kind of screwy.
Alright, no fancy poses for Dan today. I
don't know what the rules are. You have to announce to use them before the match. Fine, that's a different story than you use them in game 1 or game 2 or game 3 or whatever.
Right. If you had to use... You could say, I'm going to use them in this match, and then wait till the end to use it, right?
It's still the match.
Right. But I guess that means then you would end up using it, right? At least. You can't just hold on to it.
Yeah.
Which would make it a little better. I don't know.
It is a little bit better, but it's still super silly. Yeah. So, if you say you swap somebody's...
Plus, another thing, too, is that if that's in the fine print, that shouldn't be in the fine print. That should have been known from the beginning, like publicly, like, hey, this is how it works.
Yeah, they may have been able to do a better job with that. So say somebody swaps your buttons, but you have come in with a joystick that has movable, physical buttons.
Right.
What about that? Why not?
Also, like, I'm trying to think, like, what if they, like...
Why not? Those exist. I built a couple.
Yeah, I know, right? With ones where you could actually just slide the buttons around. So that's cool. I've always wanted something like that. But then some people are like, what if you had a controller that you can open up and they swap your buttons and you can unplug them and replug them back in and make it correct?
Right.
Probably not allowed, but you know.
I mean, probably not. It definitely goes against the spirit, if not the letter of the law.
Right.
Which is not always that cool. So.
Yeah, but shout outs to Umbrella Lynch. He's going to be able to make it there with the Ultra on Dante's space. Pretty standard team.
A pretty standard team.
But
the only guy whose name, well, I know a couple of names, but I remember Bryan Casagano from Marvel 3. He was a Chun player.
Yeah, he was also really good at TVC as well.
He was a TVC player. He had a lot of cool tech. And he had just later videos. There was... A few years ago, it was some of the few videos coming out of South America, I guess really before KBR, was Bryan Casagano videos coming out. Of him playing Chun-Li versus like various Brazilian folks.
Right. So, Moise is also someone that I met when I was in Chile.
Right, I remember that name.
Did I meet him there, or did I meet him somewhere else? I've just seen the name around a bunch of times, for sure, so... Okay, so that was Battle for the Stones, but as in terms for Street Fighter... CPT results. So this was the regional one, and this one's actually pretty significant because it actually enacted the crazy exception rule. But let's go through the results here. 7th place, QQ, Mono with Fang.
Dang.
And then Furia HK Dash with M Bison. 5th place, F2G Moise. Oh, that's right, he was the Laura player. Okay. And then AAG Preda with Urian. 4th place, SL Stunner with Cammy, part of the Cammy contingent. 3rd place, Doomsnake 507 with Vega. He was the one that missed his flight and couldn't play in the first attack event.
Yeah.
2nd place, GAM Kaba with Guile. And 1st place, AAG Dynamokov with Dawson.
Sure enough.
Dawson.
Yeah, man.
So we're going to have a Dawson in Capcom Pro Tour.
Not F-Champ.
Not F-Champ. Exactly.
Didimo KOF, or KOF, as they say.
They actually told us that it was KOF, not KOF.
Yeah.
It was like a weird coincidence or something like that. But the thing that's significant about this is that he only had 100 and some points beforehand. So now he has 500 and some points, which is too low to qualify into the Capcom Pro Tour.
Correct.
But the regional exception is if you won your regionals, you go in there and eject the person at the bottom of the list. And since there's no more points, that was NL. NL was rooting for Kaba, like really, really badly, because I think if Kaba won, I don't know, that might have ejected him out of there too.
I don't know.
Yeah, but in any case, NL is out of there. He is no longer because he's 31st place, 31st place.
31st place.
31th place, and he has been ejected, and yeah.
It definitely sucks for him, but I'm really happy for Didimo K. Gotta learn to say that. Didimo KOF. He did play very, very well. I was impressed at his ability to handle some bad matchups. I thought that was very cool. He played well. And his expression is like so serious. He is super engaged as he's playing.
He was excited when he won, too.
Yes,
he was hyped, dude. He was hyped. So that's cool. I don't know if this is going to be his first time into the States, but if it is, that's really, really awesome.
It was really well done. And he's a Dawson, so all the Dawson players were happy. They didn't really think that any of their kind would get in, but somebody did. And it was Didimo KOF.
Yeah, good job to him. Good job to him. So yeah, and honestly, I mean, look, I have the standings up here right now. 30th place is Sako.
Yeah,
he really has to hope. So the North America regionals is coming up, right? And there is a chance that he can get knocked out of there if, say, Strider or Smug or Snake Eyes or Knuckle or Punk win it. They're already above him. So they can't knock him out no matter what. So he's safe, right? However, if anybody because you get 400 points. So anyone from 340 or lower just has the potential to knock. Actually, anyone can knock him out at this point because Bryan F can knock him out. Yeah, that's right. But it doesn't even matter. Like, even if I go all the way as far down as, like, let's say 53rd, which is... Oh, no, actually, Alex Myers would actually pass him in terms of points. Oh, JB. JB's a great one.
But in any case, they knock him out, right?
Right, they would knock him out no matter what.
Even if they have 0 points right now.
Right, exactly. So even if someone like JB, who has 301 points, he gets 400, he'll have 700, which is less than Sako. Doesn't matter. Sako's out of there. So Sako is in huge danger right now. He really needs someone like 801 Strider or Smug. Or right now, so the only U.S. players that are above him, the only North American players that are above him are 801 Strider, Smug, Snake Eyes, Justin, and then Knuckle and Punk. So he needs one of those 6 guys to win. If anyone else wins that, Sako's out.
Wow.
If any one of those guys wins, then he actually stays in. So there you go.
All right, man.
That's a tough one right there.
That is a tough one. But he could have put himself in a better spot.
Yeah,
for sure. That's his bad.
It's interesting because, like, let's say Bryan F gets the grand finals against Punk. Would Punk be like, I'd rather fight Bryan F than Sako, and then just be like, yoink?
Genius.
It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. It can be done. So,
although the winner gets points. The winner of the regional finals gets... So, if Bryan F were to win, he would not be 32nd place, or 31st place.
He would go up to 875, so he would jump into 26th place.
Yeah, but if I entered and I won, I have 0 points.
Right.
So I would be last place. Although I wouldn't be 32nd overall, because that's probably going to be the last chance qualifier, which could be anybody.
Right.
It could be me.
Right. So actually, Punk is not going to play Sako or whoever's in that spot no matter what.
Assuming that this is how they're going to do the seeding, Punk will play the last chance qualifier.
But Knuckle is in 3rd place, so he actually would play 1, 2. He would play it. So there is a little bit of impetus for Knuckle assuming that it's a double elimination bracket. You know,
normal bracket. And
but we're going to find out more about that tomorrow. Apparently, Bizarro Mike is going to let us all know about all that stuff. So
yeah, on Wake Up Wednesdays, over on the old Capcom. It's on Capcom Fighters?
It's on Capcom Fighters, yeah.
Wake Up Wednesdays.
Yeah, there was already a Wake Up SRK.
On Wednesdays.
Yeah, which was Keats and Ski Sonic.
For like 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something like that.
Come on.
But, yeah. In any case, they did say that there's going to be more info tomorrow morning.
So we'll see how that format plays out.
Right.
So. Okay. But yeah. We have all the spots except for one now.
Only one.
Only one left, and it's either going to be Sako or someone else from the North America region. That's what it's going to be. But congratulations to Didymokov. It'll be awesome. I can't wait to meet him at the Capcom Cup.
Yeah, man.
It'll be awesome.
He's got a cool beard.
Alrighty then. Okay, what else do I have here? So I forgot to change the topic again. Woo! Okay, so now let's go to TWT Championships.
Yep.
Let's talk about this Tekken World Tour. But before we do that, let's talk about the Paris Games Week 2017 Tekken World Tour European Regional Finals. They had a final event over there, and 7th place went to Cepha Black with Miguel and Jin, as well as Arkham Kuiper with Fang, Claudio, and Shaheen. 5th place was Asterion Malekith with Asuka and TDG Fergus with Asuka. 4th place, DG Kanan Trench with Yoshimitsu. 3rd place, HG Mitrust Storm with Nina and Xiaoyu. 2nd place, CGG Tishuman with Master Raven. 1st place is CKT Blackbeard with Josie.
Right.
And so this is a regional qualifier, and Blackbeard won that one. So technically he qualified. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he can't make it.
Oh,
because
bummer.
of visa issues or something like that. I think that's the case. Someone in the chat, please let me know if I have that correct. I know that happened to somebody from the Europe region, so I believe Tishuman is going to end up going, but I need to make absolutely sure. Yeah, he got declined for a visa according to KBR. Was that somebody else?
That sucks. That Josie would have been cool.
Or am I wrong on that? Or is it different? Because according to KBR is from LATAM, so was it a LATAM situation? Alright, somebody's got to let me know. But if that's the case, then Blackbeard is going to make it. So, Peeling goes instead in... Okay, I'll take a look at this. But that was the results there for that Tekken World Tour event. So it was on the Americas leaderboard that had happened. Okay. Gotcha. There you go. So it was not the European one, so that means Tishuman is not going then, and that means Blackbeard is going to go with Josie. And people were excited about that, having Josie win. But so that's now determined all the players who are going to be at the Tekken World Tour.
All right.
Which is happening this weekend in San Francisco on Saturday. So this is going to be at the City View at Metreon.
In San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Last year this was in Japan. Remember, this was the event where the Akuma voice came in and made Steve go crazy and stuff. But this year they moved it from Japan to the United States. So it's going to be in San Francisco at the City View at Metreon. It is $5 for a ticket to go view it. So it's cost nothing.
Very cool.
Yeah, so it costs nothing. So, if you can make it, that would be definitely awesome. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it, but things have kind of happened that I might actually go.
You should go.
I'm definitely going to try to make it there. So I want to watch some Tekken action. Not only that, but Geese is going to be playable there.
That's right.
Geese is going to be playable at the Tekken World Championships here. So you're going to be able to test them out. The doors open at noon on Pacific time, but the tournament starts at 1 p.m. and it's supposed to last till about 10 p.m. So it's going to be a full day of Tekken with 16 really, really good players.
For sure.
And what's also is going to happen there is they're actually going to have a Dragon Ball exhibition event over there. They're going to have a Dragon Ball exhibition with matches between Maximilian, Sonic Fox, D1, and Perfect Legend. So it's going to be interesting. They're bringing in players from all different scenes, which is kind of cool.
I think that is very smart.
Because
really cool. Everybody's into this game.
Yes.
Every scene is stoked for this game. I mean, nobody's oh, who cares about this? No. it's clearly very pretty and looks like it's very fun. Everybody likes it. Mm-hmm. So I do think it's really smart that they're trying to bring in different, like, you got Max, right?
Yeah, there's no anime players, which is the interesting part. That's definitely the interesting part, but, you know.
You don't think Skullgirls is anime?
It's more Marvel.
Really? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic Fox also won Under Night and Birth tournaments, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay, so there you go. So he counts. So there you go. Suck it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But it's going to be cool. That's exciting. Some little information here. There is no assigned seats, so just it's first come, first serve. No age restrictions. Just, you know, if you're young, just have a parent with you kind of thing. But yeah, this is in San Francisco, so a lot of good dining options, all sorts of cool stuff around in that area.
So it's at the Metreon?
Yeah, the City
Metreon
View
is,
Metreon.
It's in like a nice area of town. There's a lot of stuff to do around there.
Okay.
That's cool. I'm Still the Daddy and Marn don't care about it. Well, those are the first two people who I have heard of who don't care about it.
Don't care about which one? Dragon
DB,
Ball?
yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's going to happen. There's going to be some people who are just, like, not interested.
People will try it and dislike it.
Yeah,
that's for sure. That always happens, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But I feel like almost everybody is excited for the possibility of it.
I would think so. I haven't seen anyone, like, be even remotely like, I'm not hyped for this game, you know?
Yeah. Like, I don't care about the lore aspect of it. That drags a lot of people in, obviously. But it's so pretty. And they have put so much effort into it. And the systems look really interesting. It's like, even if you don't care about that side, I feel like there's a lot of other stuff to bring you in. But
the one thing that actually makes me the most sad about this whole thing right now is that if I did watch it, and I did know Dragon Ball a lot, and if I could do commentary for it, I could probably have ended up doing a lot of the character voices. Because I think that would have been fun. Because
like on commentary?
Yeah, because I like doing character voices.
I feel like you would get stoned. I feel like that's like that kind of...
It depends on how good you sound, right? It depends on how accurate you sound.
Okay, all right.
Depends on how accurate.
If you're not 100% accurate, you may be in trouble.
Yeah. It's probably true. So,
yeah.
But I can't do any of that, so I can't test it anyway.
You could study up. You got a while, man. It's not coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care about it either, but I'm just saying you could do it if you wanted to.
Oh man. Dude, people don't know. You got to watch my other streams where I do all the character voices.
You do good character voices. I'm just saying, if you don't get them 100% right, I feel like that's one fan base that you don't want to screw around.
I mean, I can't do it right now because I don't know how any of the characters sound. Yeah. I literally don't, right? So there's nothing I can do about that. But just so you guys know, here are the 16 players who are going to be competing at the Tekken World Tour finals coming up this weekend. From the Americas region, it is Speed Kicks with Hwarang from Georgia, Jimmy J. Tran with Bryan from California, Anakin, Jack 7, also from Georgia, Joey Fury, Jack 7, New York, and I think it's Crespo from Peru who can't make it there, and that's why Peeling is going to make it in there.
Sick.
So it is, Peeling is going to get in there instead of Crespo, unfortunately, for Crespo. From the Europe region, Super Akuma with
French Akuma. That's I've never actually seen that spelling.
Oh, Tishuman is making it anyway. So Tishuman's there. Oh. Okay, so Tishuman is there with Master Raven from Italy, Blackbeard with Josie from Denmark.
Nice job.
I was like DNK. I was like, quick, James, quick, Denmark. Kanan Trench with Yoshimitsu from Great Britain, and Fergus with Asuka from In Real Life. Ireland.
Yeah.
From the Asia Pacific region, Saint with Jack 7 from Korea, Kudans with Devil Jin from Korea, Noroma with Jack 7. There's a lot of Jack 7s here from Japan. Nobi with Dragunov from Japan, and Ni with Bryan from Korea.
But also,
notably missing from that list is, of course, Mr. JDCR. And he auto-qualifies because he won EVO.
Pretty good reason.
So he's, they list him as, Heihachi with Korea, but I thought he was doesn't he play Dragunov? Why do they list Heihachi?
He plays a couple characters.
Okay. But yes, he is going to be there as well. So, I mean, right now, everyone says it's his tournament to lose because he's just basically been botting everybody.
Makes sense.
But in a couple of recent tournaments, he didn't win. He got like third place or something like that, or second place. So, maybe there's a chance for an upset. I mean, look, we went into this E-League thing. Everyone was like, Sonic Fox.
Yeah,
and Sonic Fox lost.
He sure did. You got dunked.
You know. Maybe a chance. So,
well, I'll be watching. That's for sure. I can't make it on account of I will just be coming back from ELEAGUE, but I'll be home by the time that thing starts, and I will definitely watch for sure.
Like I said, there is a chance that I might make it there. Like I said, I just really want to go and watch.
Yeah,
we talked about it earlier in the year. We were like, we should go for that.
It would have been very cool.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you have the ELEAGUE thing that you got to do. So,
but that would be very cool for sure.
Yep.
Especially to try out the old goose, and I would love to see. I really want to see that. Dragon Ball thing in person because I want to heckle everybody. But, oh well.
Oh man, it would be fun actually just to be able to go to an event and sit in the audience and watch everything.
That sounds like such a pleasure.
Because I don't remember the last time I've actually been able to do that. So
yeah, it's a long time ago for sure.
Even when you're not commentating and you're just at an event and watching stuff, you're still like, schedule, thinking about this and all this stuff. Like, it's different. But I'm going there with no responsibilities. I might even be able to play some Tekken casuals with people and get blown up in person.
Hey, that's how it goes.
I think that would be fun. So,
all right, cool.
Okay. All right, so that's the Tekken World Tour Finals coming up. Again, last year was an awesome event. It was an amazing event. So definitely do your best to catch this on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm trying to see if there's anything else coming up this weekend. Nothing of note that I have here. The Malice's godlike source has once again quit again, so his source is gone again. But look, every time he's tried to do it, it's just so much work. It just never goes anywhere. Like, I've suggested to people, like, you should hire this guy and pay him, but like nobody has money to do it, and so that's always a rough thing.
I hear you.
So,
Hungrybox won. What's it called?
Yes. So let's do some more results here. Smash Summit. Yes, this one was very cool. This, of course, was the event where they get 16 players and fight them. They just hang out in somebody's house.
Right, yeah.
And they just do shenanigans all day.
Yeah.
What's cool about it, I think, is that you get to see the player's personality a little bit more. They just get to goof around and hang out, and you see them do a lot of goofy things. You get to see their personality more. So I think that's kind of a neat idea. But, yeah, they had a tournament, of course, going on over there. It's a Melee tournament. The singles was 7th place Fry's Wizrobe with Captain Falcon. 7th place was also CLG SFAT with Fox. 5th place PG Plut with Sheik and Fox. 5th place Tempo Axe with Pikachu, Marth, and Young Link. 4th place C9 Mango with Fox and Mario. 3rd place TSM Leffen Fox. Leffen had kind of like a period where it didn't seem like he was doing as well, but it seems like he's kind of got himself back up there again. Because I remember at Canada Cup he got 2nd place to Hungrybox, right? 2nd place this time was Alliance Armada with Peach and Fox, so Leffen and Armada basically switched spots from Canada Cup. But 1st place, again, is Liquid's Hungrybox with Jigglypuff.
Oh, yeah.
So,
old Jiggly.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, is he the best player? I mean, this is 2 tournaments in a row that GOAT Armada here.
Dang.
He's outplaced him in 2 tournaments now. Like, is there talk now? Because for a long time it was Mango and Armada.
Right.
And then Armada kind of sealed it, like, especially with a bunch of wins, and then he won Evo this year, right? So it was like, okay, Armada, he's GOAT now. But is Hungrybox in that conversation right now? Oh, did M2K won it? That's right. He did not win. Hungrybox did not win Canada Cup. It was Mewtwo King who beat them all. That's right. So he got 1st place. My bad. You are correct. Thank you, Sliced Bacon. It's 5 in a row. People are saying he's ranked number 1 right now. I mean, that's fine if he's ranked number 1, but is he considered greatest of all time? Because currently being ranked number 1 is different than being greatest of all time. Punk is ranked number 1 right now, but he's not greatest of all time. Street Fighter 5 player, right? We can't say that yet. So, interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, Sliced Bacon is a good username. I'm kind of hungry now. I mean, I'm smelling chicken, and I'm like, and I had a really light lunch because I was trying to do it, so I'm gonna have to eat some dinner after this. But shout outs to Hungrybox. Yeah, he's probably considered one of the greatest. Yeah, see, he's not greatest status yet. Some people are saying. Some people are saying that Armada is still the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So it's always funny.
Come on, Hungrybox.
It's always funny to me that GOAT completely switched its meaning It used to basically mean you were like the worst person ever.
You would call somebody a goat.
Yeah,
But not
like,
GOAT.
Like Charlie Brown, that was always the joke. Like, I could have been the hero, but now I'm the GOAT. Like, that was always the thing. This is like way back in the 50s,
yeah,
obviously.
forever ago.
Yeah, he was like, I'm the GOAT. The GOAT is the person who was like the loser who ruined everything.
The butt kicked,
yeah, exactly. But now GOAT means you're the greatest of all time. So, like, totally.
It did.
I mean, those GOATs really put in some PR work.
Congrats to them.
They're like, we're tired of being...
I don't like the term GOAT. I think it's weird.
Okay.
I just call them the greatest. But, you know, all right, the kids are doing it. That's fine. You know, they got their thing.
Shout out to Martin to using the new Ultra David emotes, which I fixed, by the way, so now they look proper on black background.
Nicely done.
Okay. They also had a doubles tournament, which fourth place was SFAT and Shroomed. Third place was Axe and Amsa. Second place, Mewtwo King and Plup. And first place, Armada and Leffen.
Yeah, all right.
Team Sweden was able to take that. So there you go. That was this past weekend. There was also the MK Leo saga this last weekend. So you know they always have the saga, the 2GC, the 2GGC. They always have those tournaments where they name it after the person who's been like winning really well, but they've never won the saga tournaments. And same thing happened again. Fourth place went to Nairo. Third place went to Echo Fox's MK Leo, so he did not win the tournament. Second place was Ken with Sonic from Japan. And first place was P1 Tweak with Cloud Bayonetta and DK from the US.
I heard about that. That was his first win. That was his first big tournament win.
That's awesome. Good job to him.
Congrats
to him.
I remember hearing about that. Oh, all right. That's cool. Congrats to him. On another topic, did you hear about who won Marvel at Youmacon?
Yes, I did.
I feel like this is one of the bigger stories.
I don't have the Youmacon results, but you're right.
Whatever.
You're right. I don't have the results.
I feel like it's going to be hard to find. But the winner of Youmacon, in Marvel, was a guy who 5 years ago, maybe, was ripped on for losing so badly that he began crying.
Yeah, he lost to Noel Brown and cried, and everyone ended up recording it.
Yes, and it was a little hilarious.
And it was a meme kind of thing, and especially because the Korn guys started heckling him a bunch.
They were buttholes about it,
and,
for sure.
I mean, he was cool with it. Like, he never was, like, mad at the Korn guys for doing that, but he became known as Crying Bryan.
Indeed,
Cryin Bryan.
Crying Bryan.
Cryin Bryan won Youmacon Marvel. Cryin Bryan.
I think that's so cool, dude.
So
I gotta tell you.
Should we just name him to Tryin' Bryan now? Because, you know, he's trying real hard now.
Yeah, clearly
coming after Noel Brown. I mean, like, him and Noel, like, Noel was like, man, I'm, like, scared or whatever like that. And he was like, no, dude, it's like, Noel's like, I'm just kidding, whatever, you know, like. Yeah, no, but, like, But
I think that is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, somebody who lost and they cried about it. Now they win a tournament. I feel like that's a lesson to anybody. Like, it doesn't matter what your current state is. You could win a tournament.
I'm telling you, man. Like, every time I know, like, dude, people were making fun of me for my Tekken video, right? Like, if you show emotion like that, it means you care. If you're crying when you lose because you wanted that badly to win. If you're mad and you throw a don't throw stuff. Don't throw stuff.
Probably not that.
Like, I hit my joystick. That's my joystick. I'm hitting it. Only person I can injure is myself. That's a whole completely different story.
Probably shouldn't do it, but yeah.
You shouldn't do it, but, like, I'm not hurting anybody else, right? I'm only hurting myself.
Yeah.
So, like, that's different. But if you are going to show emotion, then I expect success out of you. Let's just put it that way. I expect more success out of you. Unless, of course, you're just naturally a person who doesn't show emotion. I always have to make that qualification. If you are an emotional person and you show emotion, I appreciate it. Because there are people out there who they're just not emotional people. And it just doesn't happen.
For sure.
So that's fine. But, like, seeing someone get mad when they lose or cry when they lose or something like that is never a downside. And this is proof right here. Cryin Bryan is now Tryin' Bryan. And he is taking tournaments. So shout-outs to him.
That's such a cool story. Such a cool story.
I have hurt tables before. I did hurt a table before. So, but good job to him.
Good job to him.
Yeah. All right. That's all the results that I have.
Alrighty.
So let's. Do you want to take a break or just go to FGC News?
All right, just get in there.
FGC news. So here's the most important FGC news to talk about here is that the International Olympic Committee has ruled that esports are in fact sports.
No, they didn't use that phrase.
Let's see. According to the official report from Olympic, or the summit asked IOC together with GAISF in a dialogue with the gaming industry and players explore. Let's see. In order to be recognized, the concept of esports must not infringe or further recognition by the IOC. The organization guarantee compliance. I don't know where their official statement is. Let's see.
It's right there on where it says Olympic.org.
Right here. Oh, yeah. Well,
According
the committee recognizes the training and intensity of high-level esports.
No, that's not a quote. Just click on the link.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Let's see here. Protection. No, this is just the official website. It looks like here.
Can you just control F esports? Yeah, there it is.
Oh, the development of the summit discussed the rapid development of what are called esports.
What are called
Esport.
capital S ports.
Yep. And the current involvement of various Olympic movement stakeholders. The summit agreed that esports are showing strong growth, especially with the youth demographic across different countries, and can provide a platform for engaging with the Olympic movement. Competitive esports could be considered as a sporting activity.
There you go.
And the players involved prepare and train with an intensity which may be comparable
Maybe.
to athletes in traditional sports.
Mm-hmm.
In order to be recognized by the IOC as a sport, the content of esports must not infringe on the Olympic values.
Woo!
And a further requirement for recognition by the IOC must be the existence of an organization guaranteeing compliance with the rules and regulations of the Olympic movement, such as anti-doping, betting, manipulation, etc.
Yeah. Super important for the International Olympic Committee for everything to be above board.
Yeah, I mean,
super important for them.
Hey, we just had manipulation in the FGC. So,
oh my goodness.
The summit asked the IOC, together with GAISF, in a dialogue with the gaming industry and players, to explore this area further and to come back to the Olympic movement stakeholders in due course.
Congratulations! The Olympic Committee considers competitive e-sports could be considered as a sporting activity. What a phrase. Could be considered as a sporting activity. What an endorsement! This is so dumb.
I don't even care.
May all those people just leave. Just leave us alone. Nobody needs them.
Yeah.
I love the phrase.
But if the Olympics needs commentators, hey, I love the Olympics.
Yeah, I'll shut up about hating you for 2 weeks during the Olympics.
Oh my god!
Actually, I probably wouldn't.
Dude, I honestly.
But yeah, I love the phrasing of this because it is super self-serving. Let's see, what is it? Could help. There was some phrasing there.
Must not infringe on Olympic values. So does that mean that then that means esports people can all go into a restaurant and buy a shit ton of food with $7,000 worth of food and not leave a tip and then leave?
Esports can provide a platform for engagement with the Olympic movement. Yeah, that's all they care about.
Yep. They just want to bring in the kids.
That's it. They just want the dough.
You know what the Olympic Committee should do, honestly, if they really, really, really want to make the Olympics a success this upcoming one and to bring in the kids. Just fucking stream every single event on Twitch. Now you don't have to worry about TV time. And now if you really like watching handball, which is really fun to watch.
It is, actually.
You can watch handball on Twitch when it shows up. Just put it on Twitch. Just make a deal with Twitch that says they'll have a special Olympic category, and it says swimming, and it says fencing, and it says equestrian horse riding, and it says handball, and it says whatever the ribbon gymnastics is, all that stuff. Talk about how great that this is. That would be the way to do it. That'd be the way to do it. I would take a bite out of that idea.
Man, those people suck.
You can stream, but you gotta pay NBC. Right, exactly. So just
more about what NBC wants.
Mm-hmm. Dude, commentate the fencing footsies. Dude, Driftwood does fencing, and he's talked about it. He's like, when he plays it, it feels exactly like Street Fighter, because he took up fencing afterwards, so the comparison is apt to be made in that direction.
Yeah.
But he's like, so much of the concepts feels the same. It's all about distancing and knowing when to go in and predicting what the opponent wants to do. He says it feels exactly the same to him.
Sure. It makes total sense to me. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I thought it was funny that news articles were reporting this as Olympics thinks esports is sports, but that's definitely, it's not at all what they say. It can be considered as a sporting activity.
It's basically Olympics saying that maybe esports could possibly be sports.
I feel like they hate it. They hate that idea, but they know there's dough in it.
There's kids.
There are
demographics.
There's money in there. And all right, fine, it can provide a platform for engagement with the Olympic movement. So, all right, can be considered as a sporting activity. Come on, it's so dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
All right, enough of that.
Anyway.
Speaking of the manipulation that I hinted at, Canada Cup did release an official statement and did say that PC Marvel God and a Holy Order Troll are now banned from Canada Cup for life. Yeah. What do you think of that? Do you think that's too harsh? Do you think that's good? What do you think the situation is? Because Capcom Cup hasn't released any official statement yet, right?
Not that I have seen.
And nothing in this in the official release from Canada Cup as well really says anything about Killer Kai, or they're going to try to refund him or anything like that.
Oh, does it not?
So I don't think it did. So, let me see. Let me make sure about that before I repeat that. So let me take a look.
In any case, I do...
Ooh, Canada Cup webpage has fancy music that you can't stop.
Canada Cup is just a fantastic story, even from when it started, when Lapchi...
Thanks.
That's so crazy. Okay, let's see. What they say is that Canada Cup prides itself on hosting world-class events, takes players' experiences and tournaments very seriously. This is why we were disappointed to learn that 2 players decided to violate established codes of conduct on the second night of our premier annual event, Canada Cup. With no prior precedent of this in our community, tournament organizers were required to make a judgment call quickly for all players impacted. All matches in which outcomes could have been potentially altered by the registrant playing under a false gamer tag were replayed as if they were disqualified immediately. Players who misrepresent themselves under another player's gamer tag or multiple gamer tags with and without consent undermine the legitimacy of tournament events, are in violation of the rules. As such, Canada Cup is instituting lifetime event bans for both registrants and sincere apologies for the disruption their actions have caused. So that was their official statement on the thing.
Well, I don't feel that it is terribly out of bounds. I guess I feel like lifetime ban is maybe a little overboard, but I certainly understand why they did it. They wanted to make it very clear that the penalty for this was very high. They wanted to dissuade as many people as possible from doing this kind of thing, because I think we all expect that this was not the only time in ever history that two people have ever done something like this, right? Presumably it's happened before.
I mean, the theory is that it's probably happened before, but most players, maybe with players, that it just wasn't consequential enough or something like that. But, I mean, it's definitely happened. It's got to have happened in some random
It must have happened at some point. So
right.
it is important that everybody realize it's not something to do. That if you do it, you risk getting a lifetime ban.
Right.
Or even if it had been 5 years or whatever, some amount.
Do you remember Apex on Shoryuken.com?
Yeah.
They had that tournament thing where basically they tried to create a ranking board. This was before people even played each other nationally at all. So they were trying to do their best to do that, and so they based the amount of points you got in the tournament by number of entrants. Right, so if it was a 32-man pool, you got 32 points for winning first, or whatever like that. It was something to that degree, right? And there was one tournament organizer that would just sign up as many random people and non-existent people as possible, just so that if he won, that he would get more points out of it. You know, people are manipulating tournaments all over the place. So
and the consequences have to be high. So I get that. As I said, maybe lifetime is too much. Like I feel like the possibility of him being regretful and maybe changing his ways. maybe that exists. I don't know the guy, but in any case, I understand why they did the lifetime ban.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest with you, maybe it could be overturned at some point in time, right? Could be. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see. But yeah, it's definitely something that needs to be established. You know, because we said this last week that we don't want to get to that point where we have to have badges with our pictures on it and like scanning badges and doing all that stuff like that. So
crazy. So yeah, I get it, and I guess if you're PC Marvel God, you can enter other tournaments still. It's just Canada Cup that instituted this lifetime ban, or at least that's all so far. We again, as you said, we have not heard from Capcom officially. I wonder if tomorrow on Wake Up Wednesdays they may discuss it, but we'll see.
It's true.
We'll see.
It's true.
Something to watch out for. Yeah, man. It is a big loss for PC Marvel God, financially speaking. I mean, he had just gotten third place at EVO. He had joined a team, new game, new possibilities. He definitely gave up a lot of things. I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished for it. For sure he should. But, man, that was a very consequential choice.
Yeah.
And I hope that is a lesson learned for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We talked about this already. Injustice 2 launches on PC November 14th. Yes. So, for some people, it may allow them to get rid of their PS4s.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. So, when I travel to events now, I've been taking my games backpack around, my games monitor, right, which is great.
Right.
And that also means I need to unplug my PS4, put it into my backpack. Actually, it's a whole process. What I'm going to do now is just leave my PS4 in the backpack.
Dude, that's actually really...
It's just going to be ready to go whenever.
That's a great idea. Yes. That's actually cool. Okay, I would be super happy about that. I would be super
I'm not even going to plug it in. It's just going to be in my backpack all the time. Awesome.
All right. Also news, we actually got pseudo kind of official numbers, but not really. But Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite has shipped 900,000 units worldwide. Now that was the report, but that's shipping to retailers. So in other words, Capcom has sold 900,000 units to retailers. How many of those units have actually been sold to people, we have no idea.
Right.
And we'll probably be able to tell if we start seeing prices significantly drop. For those games. Like, if you start... I mean, the fact that Marvel, I got it for $40 thanks to Amazon on pre-order was already a bad sign.
Dang.
Yeah, it was $60 and it dropped to like $45. And I pre-ordered it. Wow. And of course, Amazon has that thing that if it ever drops again, you automatically get that price during the pre-order, so you don't have to cancel and reorder.
Damn.
And it dropped to $40. So I actually got Marvel for $40, okay?
Damn.
So this is... Dude, I'm an Amazon shill all day.
No, for sure.
I mean,
if I was able to get it early, I would definitely have used Amazon.
Right, and it's already dropped a lot on a lot of sites, so probably they're trying to move units right now. Not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
But they're hoping to ship 2 million units by March 2018.
Whoo, boy.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough one.
Hey, they can ship however many they want.
Look,
if you think about it, they could ship 10 million.
Yeah, but they can only ship as many as the retailers are willing to buy.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right? And if the retailers have like 50 copies left, they'd be like, whatever, dude, we are not doing this. And then they're going to have to find... I mean, if they ship that all to retailers, they're going to have to find a spot in Arizona, dig up this thing, and drop a bunch of them into the ground.
Yeah.
And bury them. I still can't believe they dug that up. And
it's so funny.
They found like EPs, dude. That is so cool. So funny, dude. But, I mean, look, some people are talking about putting X-Men characters in. There was that rumor going around that Disney was in talks to buy Fox.
Right.
I heard that those talks have ended. And
already?
I saw somewhere saying that that's not happening.
I just read about that this morning.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Maybe,
okay.
But I might have been late. I haven't heard of it anymore.
I mean, it's crazy to me, though, that how much that makes it such a big difference to some people, because some people are like, I won't buy the game unless X-Men characters
are in there. No, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense. But 2 million units by March 2018, they got to do a lot of work.
They have to do a ton of work.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like a graphics upgrade patch is not out of the picture. I feel like that's something they have to do.
Yes.
I feel like they have to do that. Otherwise, Frank West is going to be staring at the ugly stick for his entire life. So, dude, I love it. I know I talk about it every time, but he comes in the versus mode, he's like,
Yeah, you're right.
He's like looking right at it. I'm like, who hit me with the ugly stick, dude? It's like
you are definitely right.
Yeah.
Again, it's a very fun game. I really like watching it and playing it, but I absolutely understand why people are not into it. You know, many people, most people in the world aren't playing these games to win tournaments or commentate tournaments, which is my role.
Right.
Most people are not doing that. They want to play characters they like. You know, there are other things, and the game just doesn't have that stuff. So I for sure understand it. And it's not even just those two things: the graphics and the lack of X-Men. It's the PR. You know, do people even remember the X-Men? I mean, you know, things like that. Like that's there's a lot of issues.
Yeah.
A lot of issues. Unfortunately.
And, I mean, the crazy thing about it is, like, the two biggest events so far have just been SER and Canada Cup. Dude, the top 8s have been ridiculous. Like,
awesome.
The gameplay has been fantastic.
For
like,
sure.
It's been great stuff going on there, but that's not going to do... Like, that affects this tiny portion of your potential customer base. Right? Half the people are not watching this at all.
Almost nobody, comparatively speaking, is watching.
So, they got to do a lot more to fix it up there. But, again, is it going to be the same kind of thing that they do need to do? Because then what's going to happen is if they release the, you know, arcade edition of the game, and then it's just going to be the same thing where now people are like, I'm never going to buy a Capcom game when they first come out because I'm just going to wait for the arcade edition to come out, right? So, like, I've always believed that Street Fighter V needed a rebranding.
Yeah.
Marvel cannot be rebranded. You cannot
that ship has passed.
No, you cannot do it, because if you do it, then you've just set yourself up with this pattern, because everyone got mad at Vanilla Marvel 3 into Ultimate Marvel 3, because that was less than a year.
It was 9 months.
Yeah, everyone's like, I should have waited. And if you do that again with Marvel now, like, people are going to be like, what the hell?
No.
So, like, I feel like you just have to improve it as it is, and then... like, either re-release it as, like, a sale price, but it's the same game, not rebranding it or something. But they've got a lot of work to do with that. They sure do. I don't know if there's much they can do to solve this issue right now. So.
Yeah, I am worried for them, for sure. It's bad news for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad news for Capcom financially, but not just them. It's bad news for, like, friends of ours who work at Capcom, like in roles at Capcom. I'm worried for them. I'm worried for, or maybe more like disappointed for, people who had hoped that the new Marvel game would be, like, a big thing for them.
Because the Marvel community had been running with no sponsor, with no support for the longest of time, and so guys like Ryan LV are like, okay, I'm going to get sponsored, I'm going to do well in this game, etc., etc.
If it had been a giant launch, and we're talking about, it's already sold 10 million copies or whatever, some nonsense. If that had happened, you know, those guys' futures are way better, right? I mean, really, like there's a real world cost,
right,
to players and tournament organizers and potential commentators and broadcast teams. It's not just that Capcom is hurting because of it.
Right. So one thing I want to say here in the chat is that Emilio asked, how much will Street Fighter V AE cost? If you own Street Fighter V, it costs nothing. If you do not have any Street Fighter V, then buying it will be $40. But if you already own Street Fighter V, it is a free upgrade, because they promised you would never buy a new version of the game again. So they're making a new version. It's just Season 3, but it's called Arcade Edition, and it'll be free. So there you go.
That's cool. I'm very glad for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely sucks. I mean, people are talking about Yipes. You know, Yipes is trying to make commentary work, and certainly he's a great commentator. But if Marvel had been like a giant phenomenon, he would be in a way better financial position. And it sucks because he doesn't have any control over that. You know, the other people who were trying to commentate Marvel, like, I would like to commentate Marvel, but I can also commentate other games.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not really in that same position. I feel for them because they don't have any control over whether the game sells poorly. And that sucks. You know, that's a crappy feeling.
Yeah. I hope. I mean, like, I know Yipes moved back to New York. I don't think that has anything to do with Marvel or anything like that. Yeah. So, but apparently he's going to be talking about it on NLBC tomorrow. Okay. So hopefully people actually get to see why he moved back. So
yeah. But yeah, people like Ryan LV and you know, the whole Marvel 3 scene, the whole anybody.
Is
who
that
wants to
actually
play
true, Kay? Chris Schmidt quit his job for Marvel? I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true, man. Ooh, okay.
Even if the game doesn't sell well and there's not a big esports scene, if there's not a lot of money to be made, people are still going to be playing the game. Like, the FGC is still going to play that game because it is a lot of fun.
Right.
We're not going to drop that. But, if you look at tournament numbers so far, we're talking hundreds. That is to say, 100s. Right? We're not talking 500s.
Right.
I mean, it's not what it could have been. So, bummer. Sucks.
Okay, yeah, I guess Chris Schmidt tweeted it out that what happened.
That super sucks.
Oh, God, I hope. All right. I mean, I hope it works out for him.
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course.
So, okay. This is actually really cool. This I'm excited. I'm personally excited for this. I know a lot of people are excited about this. Arc System Works is setting up a North American branch. So they may start doing their own localization. They might start doing their own distribution here. Right. And in fact, if they have an American branch, that might also mean that they are willing to do more esports stuff. Because Japan does not know about esports.
No.
As evidenced by what Daigo's been doing, by what Momochi and Chocoblanca have been doing, et cetera, et cetera. Their country just doesn't understand it. In fact, all of CPT is almost completely handled by Capcom USA.
Not even just CPT. The Tekken World Tour is almost it's NA.
It's like all Markman.
It's basically Mark,
right? Yeah.
All of the big games that have tours, even if they're not based in the US or from the US IP, it's basically North American folks making it work.
Right.
No, exactly. I mean also Europe too. I shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
but
I mean they have esports, but it's really roughly organized. Yeah, I mean GRAPHT, Team GRAPHT, for example. We'll talk about them a little bit later. They're doing a lot of work to promote it as well. I've talked to the guys who run GRAPHT. I met him, and he was just like, we are trying so hard to show people what esports is in Japan because esports doesn't exist in Japan.
Yeah.
So he said, we're basically trying to be the first real major esports team in Japan. And that's why they've sponsored all these Street Fighter players, right? So it's like you can see it. Everybody who's involved in the FGC in Japan, like they're trying to promote.
Of course.
Because right now in Japan, there is still that stigma that playing video games is wasting your life.
Yeah.
Right? Daigo talks all about it in his book. Like if you read his book, it's all like that's like the theme throughout the whole entire book. You know what I mean? So, and there's definitely gambling laws in Japan as well. You can't pay to enter because then it's considered gambling. So you can't win prize money. So they have it set up.
Paid into.
Yeah, so you can only do it if an event is sponsored, but then you have to have free entry in there, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm excited about this for Arc System Works to set up North American office because if they can set up an Arc System Works World Tour. Yeah, kind of thing. If they could set up their own pro tour and everything like that, I mean, I don't know who's going to be hired. I don't know if a bunch of FGC guys are going to get hired for that thing. I don't want to get hired for them, but hell, I am down to help Arc System Works in whatever way I can. Yeah, I am down to help you guys once you guys get that established and everything like that. So
yeah, no, I think it's great. I hope that it does result in things like that. And maybe if they hold tournaments, maybe they wouldn't be like single game. Single limb.
Right, and it's going to be set up in Torrance. It's going to be set up in Torrance.
In Torrance, California,
I mean, it makes sense because that's where ArcSys is. So I wonder if they're setting it up to be kind of close to them, or what if they buy ArcSys and they just turn it into their North American office, right? I mean, that would be kind of cool too.
That would be cool.
But it's cool because it's in SoCal, so I can totally help. Let me help you. Let me help you.
All right, man.
No, I am going to be shilling. Anyways, this is actually kind of cool. So, like, I guess there was I don't know if this is actually going to come to fruition or not, but SNK set up a contest to design a new character for KOF. Yeah. And an artist from Saudi Arabia, a female artist from Saudi Arabia, Saudi woman, won the design with a KOF character. And it's a pretty sick-looking character, actually. Here, let me bring this onto the screen for everybody here. There we go. So this is the character that the person designed.
There's probably another look at it down there.
Yeah. So let's see here.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Here we go. Full drawing of the character here. And that's kind of cool. I mean, I think that's super sick. One, the character design is nice. His character design is actually pretty dang sick.
Yeah, I agree.
And two, just to have it kind of be from that area, and it totally looks like it fits in KOF as well.
Yeah, it does.
Totally looks like it fits in KOF. So I think that's kind of cool. So it looks like it's kind of like a symbiote kind of thing, like a Venom kind of character. But I think that's cool.
I'm with you. I think it does look cool.
I think that's a neat thing to have happen. So whether or not this will eventually actually show up in a game, of course, that depends. But they did last week. I know I tweeted about it, but they were like the SNK producer said that KOF 15 is definitely something that they want to make.
Right? Yeah. Hopefully it is.
Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, then that character hopefully will show up there. So
I like it.
But it's a character named I'm not even going to pronounce it right. It's Najd.
Yeah.
Najd.
Yeah.
Who's basically wearing an abaya, a type of cloak, or a baya, depends, because abaya would be like Japanese style of pronouncing it, that belongs to a djinn named Halek. Djinn, Djinn, which of course is like a genie kind of creature.
That's the root of genie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there you go. But that's cool. I think that's awesome. Congratulations to her. What was the artist's name? B. Mashael is the name of the
very cool
artist. So
yeah, I like it.
It's actually cool.
Okay.
Also, the Capcom Pro Tour DLC stuff that supports the Capcom Pro Tour
nice.
Have been returned for a limited time. You can also get a discounted bundle, I think, for both of them, for both seasons. So the bundled content could be purchased for both PS4 and PC players for only $9.99. So, but it'll disappear again on November 29th. And I have season 1s. I don't have seasons 2s, so I probably have to go and snatch that up real quick. So I'll try to grab that real quick.
All right, nice. I like it.
That is available again. So if you want to buy that is available to you. And so that's all the gaming news stuff. So on the community news things.
Okay, let's do it.
Just want to mention that Born Free was at Canada Cup this week.
Indeed.
At Canada Cup. And he did a bunch of interviews there. He had an interview with Lap Chi, and some people were like, man, I watched that. Lap Chi seems way cooler than I thought he was. You know, like, kind of like if you don't know these people, right? If you only see Lap Chi from his Twitter or from he's Canada Cup staff, what is the decision? Like, but then you get to see them, you get to see their personality. He talked to Xiaohai, he talked to Chai Rithi, he's talked to a bunch of people. So definitely check out Born Free's channel for all the interviews that he did there. Let me get you his official channel. It's youtube.com. Oh, does he?
I don't know if there's a name actually.
Does he actually not have an official?
People tell me that and talking really fast.
Sorry. Let me see.
No, I don't think he does.
Let me try.
But search for Born Free.
User/Born Free. Let's see what happens. Nope, does not work. Okay,
search for Born Free.
So just do a search for Born Free. You'll be.
People tell me that.
Stop it! Shut up. Mute tab. There you go. So basically, yeah, you can see all of his interviews there. So he's got a lot of new interviews, always a lot of good content.
Yeah, I watched the Lap Chi one. I thought it was nicely done. He asked good questions, and they talked about Lap Chi's fight. He was telling us about it.
Oh, that's right. He had a fight, right?
He fought in a professional kickboxing fight, or maybe a little more like not professional, but like an
amateur,
organized,
but organized. Yeah.
And he said it was just like a life goal of his to be in a fight.
Dude, so when I first started going to Canada Cup, Lap Chi was just Lap Chi. But like at some point in time, he was just like, you know what? Screw this. I'm becoming healthy.
Yes.
And he just all of a sudden turned ripped like crazy.
Well, I mean, I remember what happened. That man was drinking too much booze.
He was.
And
he's
upfront about
himself.
it. It's not like a secret.
Yeah.
And he takes much better care of himself.
Yeah.
And he's definitely in shape now. And he fought. And he kept trying to show us video of it. We went out to lunch. He kept trying to show us video, and I didn't want to watch his video. I just denied it. He was like, "Hey, do you want to watch?" And he started, "Hey, do you want to watch?" I'm starting to do the thing, and I was like, "I'm all right."
Lap Chi's like, "You're fat, David."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways, good interview.
Yeah. But like I said, lots of interviews there too.
Yeah.
Not just Lap Chi. So, but speaking of GRAPHT, they just recently signed a new player to their team. Decent player.
Somebody good?
Player. It's a player. He's not in Capcom Pro Tour.
Wow, he's not in Capcom Cup
so
this year? How did he do last year?
Yeah.
At Capcom Cup?
What's that?
How did he do at Capcom Cup
He
last year?
went 0-2 last year at Capcom Cup.
Who are we talking about, James?
Infiltration.
Some bum.
Infiltration. No, they have signed Infiltration. That's exciting, though, because I know Infiltration... I mean, obviously, we're joking about it, but look, the man got married. He went through... He went through some stuff, I know, last year that just had to think about it and do all this stuff like that. He got married, and so he spent a lot of times doing other things.
Sure.
And so he basically is now joining GRAPHT, and I think that's actually a really cool signing. I think it's a great signing for them.
For sure, it's fantastic. They must have offered that man a sweet deal.
Yep, exactly. Wait. Did they actually drop Yukadon and Haitani? Is that true?
Oh, I hadn't heard about that.
I hadn't heard that part either.
I missed that somehow.
I mean, that seems weird because Yukadon is super good.
He's been doing great.
Yeah, he's been super good. But it is unknown at this time we'll be flying him out alongside Haitani, Fudo, and Yukadon. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about him. They didn't renew contracts?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about that. Nice.
Huh. Okay.
Well, that is definitely a bummer for those two players. They're both super good, of course. But I guess if you're GRAPHT, I understand if you have two contracts ending and you have the chance to bring on Infiltration, I get bringing him on rather than re-signing those two guys because he is so high profile.
But I mean, that's the thing. They're high. Yeah. Okay.
Like you only have some amount of money to go around, right?
Exactly.
Like it's not infinite. So if you can budget it in a way that brings Infiltration, I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I hope that they find good teams though. They're obviously very strong, marketable players.
Right. And I just have to mention this because this was just probably one of my favorite SRK articles ever written here. It's about Capcom. They're looking for a new Street Fighter Senior PR manager, public relations manager. And the article here says, looking for a simultaneously thankless and incredibly important job? Are you a masochist? Do you like having the perception of your entire company carried on your every word and expression? And last but certainly not least, are you proficient with Microsoft Word? So they are looking for a new senior PR manager. But
that was the SRK article.
Yeah, that's the SRK article.
That was the actual Capcom.
No, if Capcom wrote that, that would have been a little bit messed up. That would have been a little facetious at that point in time. But that's the SRK article.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
So
who wrote this article?
That was Crow Space Boy.
Nice job.
So yeah, he's one of the main 3D guys on the site. So. But yeah, dude, that is not that's not really a fun job. I don't think that's going to be because you are basically going into a minefield at this point in time. You are starting in a minefield, and you are trying to work your way out of there. You only have like 3 rocks.
Oh man!
Throw the rock and it doesn't explode. Do you go and pick that rock up, or do you just Dude,
what a way to put it.
Oh man,
I hear you though. That's a tough job. That's a tough job.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't need to be tough. I hope they can definitely do better. But anyway, good luck to whoever.
Yep. Hopefully, you gotta have a thick skin if you want that job.
I mean, that's the case regardless of what company you're working for in that role. But in particular,
all right. Just some more community output, community content.
Okay.
Want to talk about a series called Exploring Fighting Games. I believe that this one was created by Novel Tataki, who has done a lot of stuff for KI. He's done a lot of stuff for Guilty Gear, and he has a whole series called Exploring Fighting Games. They're on episode 6, How to Create Block Pressure, part 2, etc., etc. So you might want to check this out. You can find this one, if I'm not mistaken, on youtube.com/Novel Tataki. Let me mute this tab so if I don't mess this up again. So let me see if I can do that. Yes, so you can actually do youtube.com/Novel Tataki, NOVRILTATAKI, and check it out. Again, I haven't actually watched this yet, just so people know, but I like to put out as much content out there, especially by the time they're at episode 6, they're being consistent, and different content works for different people, so definitely something that you might want to take a look if you're new to fighting games. You want to learn about it as much as possible.
For sure.
So there you go. Also, content coming out from users. So this is an interesting one. I was surprised by this, but Magnetro. A combo video from a long time ago. He was basically one of the premier MvC2 guys. And in fact, there are a few people who know the game as well as he does. Right. He knows pretty much everything about the game because he has done crazy, crazy combo videos. He thought he would never do another MvC2 combo video again, but he talked to Izumujin, who has done some crazy combo videos himself from Japan, and taught him ways to do it now with emulators. Because he used to do tool-assisted stuff with programmable controllers and all that stuff like that. But now there's a way to do it on PC with save states and all this other stuff, so he has that much more power to do what he wants. So he created a new combo video, and I used to talk with him all the time. I mean, I actually considered him an apprentice of mine. I'm not even going to lie. We used to sit here and talk about it all the time. He would show me his videos, and I'm like, no, you got to fix this, do this to make this look more consistent. And even in his own public statement, he said he really likes to sync stuff to the music, so hits land on music, which was what I did with the 2-hit combo video, and I basically passed that gospel on to him, etc., etc. So, in other words, I'm taking all credit for this stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But he just came out with a brand new movie called Chaos Dimension, an MvC2 combo movie. So you can check that. Just go to YouTube and do a search for Chaos Dimension MvC2 combo movie, and you'll be able to see it. I'm just going to start it up here really quick. I'm going to mute this tab because the one thing I will warn you is make sure you set aside a little bit of time. 46 minutes long.
Yeah.
So 46-minute long combo video. But trust me, I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen a lot of stuff that he's done in the past, and it's been such a long time since somebody has made a combo video like this. Like a real combo video of length. Like the longest one previous to this has always been like the 2-hit combo video, which was 22 minutes long, right? So, but 46 minutes long, definitely.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about it is you're going to see stuff and you're not going to have any idea why it's happening. Like, that's the thing, is once you know the game that well, some of the crazy things that happen goes right above your head. It's going to be really hard to tell.
Interesting.
But the thing about it is, though, when you watch these kind of combo videos and shit just starts happening, and, like, you're going to see, like, 6 characters on the screen, like, fighting, he's, like, watch this game and just... These fighting games are fucking broken, dude.
For sure.
They are so broken. And so, like, every time I see people...
That's particularly broken one.
Every time I see people see something in MvC2, in MvCI, and they're like, this game is junk because you have to do a workaround for a combo. I'm like, dude, I've been doing workarounds for combos for, like, 20 years in Marvel games, you know? I'm like, Jesus. But, yeah, it's crazy. This video is really, really crazy. And it's good to see this again because, honestly, combo videos are basically dead. Yeah. So it's actually really cool to see this. I will sit down and watch this during a meal at some point in time.
As like an art form, they're basically gone. Mm-hmm. Now you see combos, like one combo will be posted on Twitter that's 5 seconds long.
Exactly.
But there's not like a compilation of like, check it out, which I kind of miss.
Because they used to do that because you only had so much time to download a video and play it on a real player.
The download was a while.
Right, so you had to make it worth it. Right. So you made them download this video, but then since you're stringing them all together, you didn't just want to put them back to back. At first, that's what people did, and so you would hear the background music, like between combos or whatever like that. And then people were like, oh, let's find ways to turn off the background music, put our own music. Hey, we could sync it with the music. And then people just started going crazy. Then I made the 2-hit combo video. You have to watch that because that changed combo videos forever.
It was a classic, I will admit.
No, but I mean, honestly, like, I made that video because I wanted to try to make the first, like, true artistic kind of expression of combo videos. And so that's why I did it with 2-hit combos because they were quick clips that you can edit to music and stuff like that. So that's why
it was very cool. For sure.
But honestly, I wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for Madge. Like, I honestly would not have made that. Yeah, Madge was the one who pushed me to it. So
classic combo video maker.
But yeah, you can find that Ode to the 2-hit combo on YouTube as well. It'll be on Madge's site, Sonic Hurricane. So you can find that. So, but yeah, check that out. Check that out. And also, in terms of combo videos, Final Showdown is a combo video maker. He used to make MvC2 combo videos. And he keeps coming out with new combo videos for Strider. Like, he's already had a release, like, Clockwork tweets about all the time. Yeah. And then he's made another one. And, like, he keeps coming up with, like, crazy things. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, how do you even think of this? Like, it's crazy. And yeah, I know I talk about this every time about. Oh yeah, Desk. Desk is one of the last bastions of great combo video makers. That's for sure. He's still doing that. But I always mention this. But man, Final Showdown. A man who sits down and actually just sits there and does combos all day, right? Like
loser.
Do you know what he looks like?
I have no idea,
dude. I'm just gonna show you. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm not gonna show pictures of people, you know, if they don't want to actually be seen. But I will show you a picture of what Final Showdown looks like.
Am I to react as if I'm part of the chat?
Sure.
The chat can't see?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Let me see if I can find a proper photo of Final Showdown.
Are you gonna show me a cat?
Dude, that would be awesome if I could show you a cat, actually. All right, this is Final Showdown.
Haha, loser.
That's Final Showdown. So, yeah, not what I've expected to make out of a combo video maker. So.
You know what? That's not the best bot I've seen in Marvel. Let's go, Eliver. Cute boys.
Oh, yeah, there you go. But yeah, he's made some cool...
Pretty good abs, gotta say.
Yeah, made some more combo videos, so you can check those out. Just look for Strider Combo Concepts, or just go to Clockwork's Twitter and you'll find them in his feed at some point know, recently. So, there you go. That's all the news that I have for fighting game stuff.
BlizzCon happened.
Ah, that's right. Yes,
BlizzCon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, what they're doing with the league thing, how they actually with the Overwatch stuff that they're doing. You know, it was weird before where they wanted to name them all these weird names, and there's definitely some questionable names. And
oh yeah,
I mean, like the New York Excelsior.
That's a team.
But it's not even just that, but their logo.
It's just like a E. Or wait, which one is that?
It looks like one of the background flags that you could choose in like Injustice for your guild.
Dude, it totally
does. Doesn't it?
It's just some dumb geometric shape, right?
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought when I saw it. I was like, "That isn't that like a guild background in Injustice?" But like,
wow.
But it's cool that you saw that they're making team colored out costumes for them all, even with like the team names on the jerseys and stuff like cool, that. Right? That was I saw that and I was like, okay, that's neat. Cool. That's neat.
Yeah. So I watched some of the Overwatch World Cup. Which took place and had incredible numbers, right? On in terms of viewers, it was more watchable than the last time I watched Overwatch, but like it was like not way more.
First person shooters are tough, man.
I mean, there's an overhead view, which was good. It's cool. You can see who's where and whatnot. But I guess I felt like when I play Civ, I play it on strategic view, which is, if you don't know. Normal Civ has graphics. Strategic view basically removes all the graphics. It's literally just like little hexagons. It's like playing on a board game. You don't see anything. But I just prefer that because it's more easy. It's easier for me to see as somebody who plays the game deeply. But if you're just some rando,
like Dan,
and you watch Civ 6 on strategic view, you're going to be like, "What is this mobile nonsense? It's horrible."
Exactly.
And I guess that's kind of how I feel about the overhead view.
No, that's how I felt about it my whole life. Like you have, CS:GO. It's like, hey, look, here's this game with great graphics. Obviously back then, great graphics and all this stuff like this, right? And all this stuff. And here's overhead view with little icons,
little heads walking around.
Right. I was so it's like. It's unfortunate that there's no way to present this properly, kind of thing.
No, it was better than last time I watched.
Because, honestly, even something like Splatoon is a little more interesting because when you go to the overhead view, you can see the paint changing on the map, which is actually kind of neat, right? Sure. You can see the paint changing even on those views. 100%. And, you see, this yellow area and all of a sudden, blah, pink, like someone just died.
Right, yeah.
But it's tough for those games, especially because... Obviously, when you go inside a building, what's inside the building is
and there are 3D stages, of course.
Yeah, and so it's...
Maps.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, it had gigantic viewership, so that's great. I mean, I hope that does well. I mean, I know a couple weeks ago, I guess, I basically talked about how it may fail so horribly that everybody's dead in esports. So, of course, I hope that doesn't happen. And the fact that viewership was good for World Cup. That's a good sign.
Okay.
World of Warcraft Vanilla is coming back.
I don't even know what that means.
So it's the first version of WoW. It's now been patched many times. They're doing new expansions, right? It's
Right.
We're on like the 7th or something. And so they're going to go back to how it was at the start. They're going to...
So weird.
I mean...
Is it like a separate mode that you can play in?
Okay. Yeah, so there's like the new one. There's a new expansion coming up. But then there's also the old one.
Because they kind of de-emphasize raids in all the later ones, right?
No, raids are important.
Okay,
raids are definitely still important. But in the first one, leveling up took a long time, and it was really hard to find the like items, and it was just you didn't have a lot of things that you do now that are like kind of taken for granted, and a lot of people sort of miss old WoW,
like the actual like level grinding.
The grinding aspect of it, and just the world changed at some point. There was an expansion that changed a lot of the zones that they looked very different than they did before. Now it's all going to be reverted. So it's just like playing an older version of the game, and a lot of it is because of nostalgia. But a lot of it, or some of it, also is because there were some things that Vanilla WoW did that were cool.
Right. So. Did you actually see that tweet that Wizard sent out? He's like, if you need this one server, you can have it back. It has a picture of like one of the original servers.
The server blades, yeah.
Yeah, that apparently Ponder owns.
Yeah, no, they
that's cool.
I didn't know that he bought one, but
but
Blizzard auctioned those off, the original WoW
that's so crazy.
server blades. They auctioned them off for charity. And in fact, when they were announcing that this weekend that they were going to bring back Vanilla WoW, they were like, we might need those server blades back. Obviously just joking. But,
right, yeah.
Anyway, so
it wasn't cool. Wizards. Wizard does not own that. He definitely does not own that, so... But, that's cool.
He's not a WoW player. Right.
He's played WoW before. I think.
Yeah. I didn't think he
did. Yeah.
And then also, like, there's a new hero in Heroes
David
of the
Bowie.
Storm.
Yeah. Oh no! I thought you were talking about Overwatch.
I could see David Bowie. Yeah. All right.
No, someone actually put up a post. Yeah. They put David Bowie in the game, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah, I can
definitely see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Heroes of the Storm. I don't know. I guess people still play that game. It's whatever. It's fine. But it's funny to watch BlizzCon during the opening ceremony because what they did is they had it broadcast on each of their game channels. So like the World of Warcraft channel, the Hearthstone channel, and so forth. And they also had physical rooms that were each of these games. So there was like the Hearthstone room that was like made up to look Hearthstone. People went there.
Nice.
And then there was like the Overwatch like arena, like literally this entire arena. And then there was one for WoW, this big old ballroom. Like, I don't know how many people were there. I haven't actually looked up the numbers, but it was a ton of people.
Well, did you also see, like, the League of Legends happen this weekend, right? Championships that happened in China.
Yeah.
And they had that picture of the stadium with just, like it's.
I
swear it looked like it was like half of China was there, dude.
That's their big Olympic stadium.
But they also like lit up the Great Wall of China,
they sure
like
did.
Blue and red and stuff like that. And
now you know why IOC wants to get into esports.
Yeah, exactly.
Dollars. All right, I see.
And it's funny too because I saw Chris Seglia was talking about BlizzCon. He's like, man, they have really set a precedent for production value, and I was like, sure, give us that money. I'm sure we can do that. Because people don't know that the FGC is still doing everything on like shoestring budgets compared to all these other things, man.
Definitely.
It's like it's not even comparable. Like
definitely
the fact that Evo is an expensive event to put on, obviously, but it's like nowhere on the no pun intended on the leagues of a lot of those other companies. And the fact that Evo is able to make it look this fantastic already is amazing.
Sure.
Like with the skill that these guys have, like if they had that kind of budget, like I don't even like there would probably be like 3D hologram projections of the fight. They had that dragon thing.
Yeah, at
ELEAGUE. No, but I mean like recreating the entire fight like as it's happening.
Dota had something that was kind of like that.
Really?
Yeah, it was like on the ground as
well, see, there you go.
You
go. So.
Not exactly what you mean, but similar. So, But yeah, hey, if any of the fighting games had revenues of daily millions of dollars, as League does, then maybe it would be a different story.
Yeah.
But
like I said, the hardest part with the FGC, and I've said this a million times, is there's no cohesive government, right?
Yeah.
So there's not one thing that can benefit from it, which is a terrible way to look at it, but that's the truth. If there was one FGC body that would benefit from having this, then it would be cohesive. They could do a lot of stuff.
True.
But again, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I just don't want that, because
yeah,
then you would
I hear
kick
you.
some games to the curb, and I just don't want that to happen,
yeah.
right? I think it is up to the communities. I like the fact that the communities are the ones putting in the work to support their game.
100% agree with you. Yeah, I had a conversation this past weekend at the old television studio about fighting games in 2018, and what's the future? And I said that if things keep going more or less like how they have been going, then I'll be happy. And the person said, well, viewership is down for some games. Doesn't that give you concern? And it really does not. It doesn't bother me. Mm-hmm. Maybe for those particular games, that's a bad sign.
Right.
But that's not, like, we're amortized among different fighting games,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if, Guilty Gear, nobody ever plays it or watches it again, that sucks for Gear players, but, like, many of them could also play other games and probably would. Mm-hmm. And same with Street Fighter and Tekken and whatever. Well, maybe not Tekken, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with the continued progress of what we're doing, because it's community oriented. That's what matters to me. Mm-hmm. The views will come if the community's there. Views can also come if there's no community.
Right.
But if the community's there, then views will come.
Right.
There is definitely that is a for sure. And that's more my concern, because I want to build it grassroots and I want the foundations to be solid.
Yes.
So I am happy with how things are going, even if in the moment there's one game is down, a couple
mm-hmm.
games are down. I'm still really happy overall. But as you said, the flip side of that kind of acceptance of that is that we are not lighting up the Great Wall of China.
And despite that, we are in the Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
With cool graphics being shown
things are
on
fun.
the stage. You know what I mean? So again, exactly. Yeah. And we did it on our own in a quote divided kind of household. And I think that's why, like, even if the esports bubble burst, the FGC is going to continue forward as it's going, right?
Sure.
So that's the cool part about that. So, but I mean, even as a person who now depends on this as my job, it sounds like I would rather have it get all big and all the stuff like that. But I'm not going to worry about it. That's not my goal, because that's when I'm like rich in Tetris. When Tetris becomes a true esport, then I'll still dabble in the fighting game community.
All right.
But, when the puzzle community, when Tetris becomes
fair
that. Dude, they actually showed ESL actually had a Tetris World Championship summary video. They actually put one out where they showed it, and there's like a couple of scenes where you could hear me doing commentary. Dude, it's actually funny. So.
That's cool.
I'm actually excited about that. No, but honestly, like, I just know that yes, it would benefit me if there was one controlling government and it became like this thing, and then we could. But it wouldn't benefit the scene, and I'm more interested in benefiting the scene.
You mean financially it would be better for your pocketbook if there was, but mm-hmm. that's not all that is meant by benefit.
Right.
Exactly. There's a lot of non-financial aspects of benefits.
Exactly.
No, actually, Injustice did fine with respect to ratings. It beat a bunch of the Street Fighter V mm-hmm. weeks. It also lost to some of them. Like, I think it was less than the finals or something like that. But mm-hmm. actually, it did really well. And no surprise, because Injustice is such a casually strong game.
Right.
And I feel like TV is more likely to get some casuals than mm-hmm. a Twitch stream.
Especially because they also had that Chasing the Cup stuff.
Yeah, Chasing the Cup,
with the Mortal Kombat, there's kind of like this line that's going with it.
And that's still the highest rated mm-hmm. esport...
video game.
Video game. I don't know if it's esports, but video gamey TV show thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that was I don't know if ever or this year.
No, I think it was like ever, because it was on WB, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it's gonna get that much more.
It was like 400-some thousand,
something like that.
Although again, obviously Street Fighter did well too. So mm-hmm. It's all good.
Yep.
But we're not on the Great Wall of China. So, you got gives and takes.
Yeah, it's
cool.
Fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm with you. It is fine.
I will also like to... do you have anything else to say about BlizzCon or anything like that? Or the League of Legends, LCS, or whatever?
I'm definitely going to try not to buy WoW. We'll see.
Because you closed your account, right? You were trying to get away from it.
The subscription is over. But my dude still exists. My dude will always exist.
They're trying to get
I can come back at any time, and
get you back.
old dude will be there. So we'll see.
Okay.
There is a new expansion too, in which there's just goes back to the old Horde versus Alliance rather than like fighting in spaceships and.
I didn't even know
it got weird. James,
I didn't even know it got the spaceships at that point.
It got mega weird.
Was it like, did they start merging with StarCraft or anything like that?
No, dude, spaceships came to Earth, to Azeroth, and then we like went to another world. And oh yeah, dude, it got super weird.
Whoa, okay, I had no idea.
For sure. But the next one sounds like it's just going to be like one side versus the other. So we'll see. Yeah.
One thing I will say is that Super Mario Odyssey is so amazing.
Ah, man, alright.
Holy crap, I've been having so much fun with that game. I made a giant Tyrannosaurus, a very realistic looking Tyrannosaurus.
Okay.
With a Mario hat and a mustache, bounce off of a tiny trampoline. And I was like, you know what? There's nothing left to do in video games. Like, video games are done. Like, I think I have reached the pinnacle of video games. Holy crap, dude. Like, and then, like, the first time they showed that scene where, like, he's in a city and there's like humans walking around, and it was really weird. But it turns out that New Donk City, the mayor is Pauline from the original Donkey Kong, and like
New Donk City.
That's what it's called because it's based off of like Donkey Kong, right? So it's New Donk City. But like it's really interesting because like most of the time you have these games and you're trying to find the stars and the shines or whatever like that in the world. But this one, like, it's kind of the same thing except like certain areas will have like 60 moons. Like literally, there's 999 moons to find in this game, right? So you can find them in the super casual ways, and there's the super hard ones, right? But every time you've done it, it's always like, here's this world, dodge the Goombas, whatever. Dude, after you beat the main storyline of New Donk City, the city is just there. There's not a single bad guy there. And all you do is jump around, and you get to jump around all the buildings. You get to go in alleyways and spring around buildings. Cool. They have like an Empire State Building kind of building that you can make it all the way to the top if you wanted to. And all that. And there's no bad guys. It's just literally explore the city and try to find everything, and it's like fantastic.
That sounds really cool.
And it happens, and then you do this thing, and then you get this festival, and the festival is like this total homage to the old school stuff. Pauline sings a song as the mayor of the city. And even during one part of the song, she does a dance that looks like the actual Pauline 2D sprite from Donkey Kong and stuff. Dude, like, they do so many super cool things in there, dude.
All right.
Super sorry for the spoilers. You know,
but moons.
Yes, you're collecting moons. So every time I do that, I just picture moons telling L.I. Joe that Super Mario Odyssey is a better game than Dark Souls.
Oh, man. That makes way more sense. This weekend at ELEAGUE, one of the guys who works there asked me, he was like, hey, how many moons do you have? Just out of the blue. We're sitting around the table. Hey, David, how many moons do you have? And I like looked around and I was like, what? And he was like, how many moons? And I was like, 8? and he asked Tasty Steve or Rip or somebody, and Rip was like, 12? And then Seijan was like, 0? Like, none of us knew what he was talking about. We all came up with numbers of moons.
Right.
But like, anyway, I guess he was asking about Mario.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I didn't really like spoil any like major spoilers. There's nothing really to be major spoiled about in the game. But dude, game is just, oh god, it's so cool. It feels good again because not only that, the other thing that I'm really impressed by, and this you'll understand why I love this so much. But the hat, Mario's hat, he has the ability to throw the hat, you can hold the button, it spins in place, and then you can bounce off of it. Well, what they've done, though, is that they've added, the tossing the hat is such a new function because you can toss it in any direction, and it changes the way that Mario is facing. And so what ends up happening is that you have now gained access to about 7,000 ridiculous execution things to get places that you could not have gotten to. So like there's a wall, you can wall jump, throw the hat this way, dive here. Or you can jump.
Oh, you bounce off the hat.
Yeah, you bounce off the hat to reach this height. Or if it's even higher than that, where you can't do that, you can jump higher, throw the hat, jump high again, bounce off of the hat, onto the wall, jump off the wall, throw the hat, and then like do it. Can
you get the hat back?
Yeah, after you bounce off of the hat comes back, and you can throw the hat again. And dude, like, and there are things in the game where they will place them where you have to do that to get them. And so it's not like they were just like, this is just for speed running kind of stuff. Like, they were like, we know you can do all this crazy stuff, and boom, here's these coins that are way over here. They're just there. You don't have to get them.
Right.
But you're like, how the hell do I get them? And there's a way to get there. And it's like, and so the execution in this game is actually ridiculous. And people have said, like, some of the speedrunners are already doing just, like, the most silly things in this game.
Right.
And so they say, like, when you watch the speedrunners playing it, it feels a lot like the Mario 64 speedrunners again. Like, they are just doing the most ridiculous jumps and hops and all this stuff like that. And it's like, I'm like barely scratching the surface and doing stuff like that. I mean, like, there's literally 2 buttons that you know how Mario, like, Nintendo games will usually let you do the same action with 2 buttons, just because then you can choose whichever one you feel more comfortable with. There's actually a reason for me to repeat a button, because I'm holding the hat with once, and then I start the dive, and you can do this dive attack by hitting that same button, but I don't want to let go of that button because I'm holding the hat down, so I hit the other button, so I can do the same.
You can do both.
Yeah, it's not like if you hold it down, it turns off the other one, and like, dude, it was just like, dude, there's just so much you can do in this game, dude.
Okay. All right.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I'm so excited for what speedruns are going to happen with this game.
Part of why my favorite Marios are 64 and Sunshine.
Yes.
And it's because of the movement in those games. The movement is super interesting. Even as somebody who, I'm no speedrunner.
Right.
But like back in the day when I played it, I tried to go fast.
Yeah.
I was not anything like what speedrunners now do, but like I thought I was going fast, and it was a lot of fun to like go fast and you like run around doing all those cool jumps. All right, that sounds awesome.
As much as I like Galaxy, I didn't play Galaxy 2. I only played Galaxy 1. They really removed a lot of the movement options. There wasn't as many movement options, but this one, they brought them all back and put more. And so now, like, there's just things where, like, oh, I have to blow up this wall to get through here, but it's on a cliff. I know I could probably not care and just go around.
Yeah.
You know, there's, like, every time I'm, like, running around, I'm like, I know there's probably a much easier way to do this, but, like, it's just cool because of it. Like, the more I play it, the more brave I get. And the more brave I get, I'm just, like, starting to do crazy jumps. And it's, I don't know, it's super cool.
All right.
Yeah, Galaxy 2 is way better. Galaxy 2 is, I've heard from a lot of people, even having playing it, everyone said it's better. And I do have it. So maybe I'll bust it out on stream one of these days or something like that just to see what happens. But I'm having fun. I've really only played it 2 days. So I've only streamed it for 2 days, but I've played it for over 10 hours already, so on those 2 days. And yeah, that game is just, it's really fun. And I did beat Breath of the Wild, so yeah, I'm happy about that.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Well.
But I love this game right now. I love this game. It's so weird right now that Game of the Year right now for me is between Zelda and Mario.
You know, it's happened in the past, right? It's not the first time.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you like it more than Zelda?
It's hard for me to say right now because they offer 2 very different feelings.
Sure.
And you know what the weird thing about it? I was asking this on stream too, but like that genre of game, this Mario genre of game where they give you a world and you just run around looking for shine stars, moons, whatever it is. Nobody does that. Like Banjo-Kazooie was like the closest one. But like nobody else makes that game.
What? That can't be right.
It's weird. Like, I was trying to think of another one, but I can't think of anything else. Like, Nintendo's like the only company that makes that game where you have a world and you just find things in random nooks and crannies and they hide things everywhere like that.
I feel like that's a lot of games.
Right? I feel like that's what it is. But most of them are like Metroidvania-ish, you know, or like Dark Souls is more like continuous world kind of thing. Conquer, yeah, I mean, I guess back then.
Conquer's Bad Fur Day, a classic.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank, I guess, is kind of like that.
Jack and Daxter.
Okay.
I feel like there's a ton of games like that, but there are so many games that I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Like There's a ton of different. Yeah, Rayman.
Yeah, all those games, all the Mario clones that came out at that time. Yeah, but like not anymore.
Well, some of those have new versions of themselves, but
okay. Some people have mentioned it. No, actually, it was Iori who mentioned A Hat in Time in my stream. Okay, so
what is A Hat in Time?
Again. I don't know. I've never heard of it. So.
Me neither.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just like a general 3D platformer. I feel like there's a lot of those.
Right. Okay. But yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the game. I'm probably gonna play it again tomorrow. Yes.
Cool, man.
So, yeah. Any case, all right. That's all I wanted to say. Mario Odyssey is awesome. very cool game.
I'll buy a Switch.
I mean, you wanted to get one anyway, right?
I know. It's just I have no reason not to.
Yeah, I know.
To be honest,
I know.
I can just put it out. Just go on Amazon or whatever. Actually, the local mom and pop is still open tonight.
Oh yeah,
They close at 11. I could go do that right now.
I mean,
I'm not
pressure.
gonna.
You don't.
No. I mean, I'm not
You
gonna.
don't have to.
But like, I'm probably also not gonna go home and do it on Amazon either. So.
Right.
But one of these days, I'll get it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
All
fine.
right.
It's fine. I'll just keep. Dude, everybody on my stream has been like, and even on Twitter, they're always just like, "Damn it, James, I don't want to buy a Switch," but you're like making me want to buy a Switch, dude.
Yeah.
So. Nintendo needs to hire me because I'm shilling for Nintendo
Right,
now.
man. You are
Not only that, but
shilling.
also classic Nintendo, Tetris.
Yeah,
I've been
dude.
shilling for classic
Mr. Nintendo over there.
Exactly, dude. I've always been a Nintendo fanboy, though. I always have to preface that. Everyone's like, James, is the Switch worth it? And I'm like, dude, okay, I just have to let you know that I'm the biggest, most ridiculous Nintendo fanboy. And so I'm going to say yes. I think objectively it's a great system, but understand, this is my point of view. So I've always been a Nintendo fanboy.
No, I don't go to World 8. I go to another one.
I just went to World 8. I
Yeah.
just went there for the first time and
it's
hung
nice.
out with them. That's where I sent my Xbox One to be fixed.
Ah, yeah.
But the problem was it can't be fixed. The motherboard is just
Oh,
dead,
no.
and they said it would cost too much. So the best option they could do is they could buy my old Xbox One, sell me a used one, basically, and just go from there. But
They would not pay much. You wouldn't get much money for it.
well, I would get a decent. I would get stored credit.
Hmm.
So they gave me a decent amount of stored credit, but I didn't go with that, unfortunately. But I felt bad because I left my Xbox there for like 3 weeks because I was traveling a bunch of stuff. So I bought a couple of amiibos while I was there.
That's
too.
cool, man.
But the store is really cool.
It is, yeah.
The store is really cool. So
For sure.
definitely check that out. And
Yeah, they have
I
nice
was
people.
hanging out with them, chatting with all the workers and everything like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've been there as well.
And they even had like a tournament there. They said that's where SacTap first started playing Marvel
Oh, okay.
and stuff like that. You know.
I know they have card
Well,
game
no,
tournaments.
that's where he got his nickname from. Was apparently at a World 8
That's fun.
tournament. So yeah.
But yeah, I know that they have game tournaments, video game tournaments. They have card game tournaments too.
A lot of old school stuff too. They
Yeah.
have a lot of the old Nintendo 64, the old Nintendo games that you can buy, etc., etc. So there you go.
Okay, well, we should probably skedaddle.
Yes. Okay.
Check out ELEAGUE this Friday. It will be at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/ELEAGUETV, and I guess also TBS on the television.
That's right.
Also, Sunday will be the Tekken World Tour Championship.
And if you can't make it there, obviously it's going to be on twitch.tv/Tekken.
Makes sense. That will be at 1 p.m. Pacific Time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it for this weekend, I believe.
I believe so.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
cool. Well, have a good one, everybody.
All right. Peace out. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. There we go.
Oh, what song was I singing?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yes, and I do want to apologize. I didn't want to mention that. Sorry that I have not been getting the videos up on YouTube. I'm going to work on a lot of editing tomorrow and stuff, and on Thursday. So I apologize. Hopefully they will be up very soon. So.
My brothers and I believe we may have invented a new category of fart.